Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Stage 3 Open Qualifiers 1. That's one hell of a mouthful, but regardless, we got through it. Now, tonight's a best of 3 in the round of 64, Shadow of Intent versus SUSUP. And of course, joining me, without his camera though, it is the one and the only CrashOBS.
That's hilarious. I'm going to be here. I'll just say right now, I'm going to make sure my mood isn't going to dampen the stream. I played 3 ranked games today and I've lost all of them.
Oh.
So that's really fun. So that's really cool. New updates out as well. That's something to consider as well. So these guys will be playing on the 3.0 patch, or whatever that's called. Is it the 3.0 patch?
3.0 patch.
Actually called?
Yes.
Well, there you go. No KO there. So we're not going to be seeing any KO tonight or throughout this week. But regardless of that, util's been changed. And I mean, that's going to be quite interesting because I think the one thing we're going to be paying attention to tonight is seeing how their util usage is developed, like how they're going to do it now, right? Because there's so much more. It costs so much more. So pistol rounds are going to be a lot weird. Rifle rounds are even going to be like a lot weirder. So I'm curious to see how this plays out.
Me too, because like I said earlier, you know, nowadays everyone says the game's gonna be more gun-centric, higher skill ceiling, which is good. But then again, Valorant's the whole aspect of this game is just the fact that you can have these fancy, you know, like combinations with abilities, and abilities do play a huge part in the game, as much as we may like it or dislike it. But hey, regardless though, let's come into this and see what the agent picks are. And I'm already seeing KO being hovered. I don't like this.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not happening. I think Haxd is just one of those like raise one trick players. Like you generally see them on a raise. No disrespect to them there, but it's just a good pick. I mean, we're seeing a Cypher come out. That makes sense. Cypher's also really got. I think Cypher is arguably better than Killjoy in this patch, purely because his ult is now 6-point ult, and his trips don't get broken by jet dash anymore.
And like the 6-point ultimate, it's intel. Granted, I don't think it's the most useful of all ultimates, but mainly it's the Cypher traps that there's no range limit, and he can, you know, walk elsewhere and basically leave an angle covered more or less for his team. Now, I think all the agent picks have been selected. A map, of course, first map it will be Haven. This is a best of 3. Haven, Bind, and Icebox. No Breeze this time, which is actually in the pool, but hey, that's all right. We'll see it eventually someday.
Comps is standard. I think the one thing as well is like you don't really want to change anything up for a big tournament.
Choose your agent.
I would have liked. I mean, just me. I would have liked to see if a team had like a read on a meta, just because I think it just makes the game more interesting. But I mean, these comps are like both very safe.
Well, apologies for cutting you off earlier, Crash, but yeah, you know, that's just a little new little cinematic production quality, stuff like that. But hey, man, finally, we've loaded in, and Shadow of Intent starting off in the attack, and it will be, of course, SUSUP on the defense. Already an A long, heavy aggression push to come through, I believe. No Cypher traps, though.
This is pretty standard. They're just going to look to work a short or a sewers, try to get some map controls. There's going to be a bit of pairing. Jelly D is working their way down, does break that, actually doesn't break the camera, so that's something to note of. And look at this like position that's already been taken. They've already worked their way onto this A site basically. It's really going to be down to Quenchen to see what he can get done here. But that looks like they are just going to back off.
For the time being, yes. Now, it's nice to actually see Cypher's being played more over Killjoy, because I understand that her utility being more expensive, it makes her quite difficult to play nowadays. And, you know, the cooldown as well timer on the alarm bot and the turret, you can't really use on pistol rounds, in which the turret, let's be honest, it was pretty overpowered. Just the consistent chip damage against players with perhaps no armor. Recon arrow, though, does get popped instantly, but it's 2 sets of gunfire. Shadow of Intent. They may have given the position away. Teku, shock dart, that's perfect, I think. And then Astra, suck. Oh, Jelly D managed to burn down Kokujin. from all the way far back, but Shadow Intent, they are very intense on pushing onto the C side. Good curveball, and dearie me, it's just a complete mow down right now. Impurity by himself and a flawless pistol round. Goodness gracious.
Something else to point out as well, kill feeds changed. That's kind of cool. There's a little bit more flair to it. I'm quite a fan of that. But as I was saying before, before the nice little shots came through, these comps are basically bread and butter Haven comps. The only difference that we're going to be seeing is a Raze on the side of Sauce and a Reyna on the side of Sin, or what is it? I forgot what it's called. This is really bad of me, actually.
Shadow of Intent.
Shadow of Intent. Look, Sin seems a lot easier because I can just hold tab and I can see the name, so I might just stick to that. But look, I mean, just really standard. I'm curious to see how they do play them out there. One thing to note as well is, like, yes, Util being a lot more expensive is something that does need to play a factor in this game.
Yeah.
I don't think it should change. Like, realistically, it shouldn't change too much. It should only really change stuff at, like, the real high-level games, like the ones where, like, every little micro detail matters. But I think for this, I mean, they're looking to just work the map, potentially get some orbs. That is a disgusting spam. And does, like, oh my goodness, the damage that it does gets Server down to 5 HP though.
Yeah, and now no heals, but Haxty, nice trigger discipline over that team flash. Almost may have gone wrong, but regardless, the kills do flow in their favor. Now the attackers, Shadow of Intent, down to the last 2 legs, and they are so split up. Ramen gets taken down. Impurity, 50 HP now. Cypher v Cypher potentially on site. Okay, no, not long for this world. Haxty, nice sharp shot, and you know, losing only 1 player on the second buy round. Looking pretty good for the bonus, I would assume, given the economy.
I mean, they survived with 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4.
Or 4. I mean, that's just good. Jody already has access to the run-up back, so that's going to be really good. Probably going to deploy it on this round. I mean, there's literally no reason not to. I'm surprised they're playing with a Ghost. I feel like I think it just makes a lot more sense to have the Spectre, or literally just anything that's not a Ghost, so you can just kind of WP at them on the retake. Looks like there's a Frenzy on the ground. Alright, okay, that makes a lot more sense. I'm happy we saw that. Yeah. I'm quite happy to see that. It makes a lot more sense. Something to note about Astra as well is, like, we do to pay attention to that gravity wall. One thing that they did with her is you can only activate her stars 1.4 seconds into the round. So with that gravity wall, it doesn't really do the same thing it used to. Like, it applies pressure, but it doesn't apply the same amount of pressure. But the hit is going to be coming out onto A, and it's all going to be down the side to hold this one.
Yeah, Quencher, though, I do think he's trying to play off of his traps as they get popped, just as I say that. So he whooped the full back, smarter play. But Shock Dust came through, and Ramen expertly dodges it. Looking to be a post plant, 5-on-5, and Quencher just trying to spray some bullets downrange. Nothing really happening thus far. Now, the run-up back, I don't really think it's going to be pops this round. If they can get maybe 2 or 3 more kills, perhaps. But right now, I think damage is the best thing they're trying to go for.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we do see the run-up back, honestly. There, I feel like the economy being the way it is now, you may as well just want to go for as much damage as possible. There
oh my god,
I mean,
okay.
This makes sense.
Yep, Ramen, however, it's not getting much damage out of it as Kokuji does get tagged down. But my goodness, she's going on an absolute roll, getting all the kills. Shadow of Intent, they're just completely mopping up SUSUP. Jelly Lee by himself. Okay, he does get 1 at the very least. And honestly, I think it's good damage. They took 2 rifles down. They couldn't retake their sights, but at least they sort of, you know, cycled the runner back.
I mean, the thing is it's, some people might not see that as optimal ult usage, but I think it's completely fine because you want to get as much damage done to the economy as possible. Yeah. They also have 2 available on the run-up back after using it in that round, so they're already a third of the way there. That's just kind of like I don't shut up about this stuff because it's insane. It's insane amounts of value. That was a really good Phoenix ult. I got the damage it needed to do, and then the kills afterwards were just like little cherries on top, basically. Really standard round. Molly going to be deployed towards the window to apply some pressure whilst the Raze will be walking down. Ooh. Okay, that's a spam. That's interesting.
Unfortunately, it's the Bulldog. It didn't really do too much damage, though. Also, I have to say, the Bulldog being slightly cheaper and slightly buffed, it's actually low-key sleeper. So it's not a desperation buy anymore. I think it does have potential, but, you know, we'll see how the pro players intend to use it. Same old story. Looking to be a default, and the defenders, though, Raze has already pushed down window.
Sarah, now I understand the pain of casters who have to also observe their games. This is kind of difficult a little bit because I want to be able to talk about things that are happening, but at the same time I don't want to be taking you guys away from the action at all. So I'm trying to like get a balance of that, taking a little bit out of the game. I'm just gonna be transparent with it. Looks like this hit is gonna be coming out towards A very late. That could have been a deadly spam. Ooh. They are gonna be grouped up towards the Suez position there. Here's the thing, Haxty has all the info right now, so he's basically gonna be hearing all these rotations. Dart comes through. That should be the call that it's gonna be an A hit because there's 40 seconds left on the clock. Haxty is mid. There's nothing happening. They're pushing out. They know it's gonna be A.
Interesting how they only pushed out using a curveball and no Leers. So far, Sight's been taken really much for free, and a similar situation as the previous round, though this time, though, the defenders have rifles to work with, but Spike's down, 45 seconds to go.
Curious to see how this one will play out there. 5v5 retake. You already know I absolutely love these situations. Absolutely no sarcasm. That is a kill through the smoke. How is he going away with that one?
Kokujin, you know, it's just one of those common pre-fire angles, and as a defender, you always have to be so aware before pushing out. Okay, good curveball through, and after Yuto, Jelly gets an initial frag, and it's just a sudden, you know, blast of emotion and action. The kills are flowing the way of the defenders. Here's the Bulldog chiming in almost for a second, but one by one. Nice retake by SUSUP. They took a lot of damage though, but finally, that's their third round secured.
Have a look at that. Jelly D. 1/3 away from their ultimate, so there you go. We're currently 4 rounds in, going into the 5th one. They're almost going to have access to a second run it back. So that's what happens if you're having a pop-off game and you're playing an agent like Phoenix that can have a lot of pop-off potential, and you're going to be cycling those ults. There's so much impact you can get from that. We're already seeing it on display. The curveballs to initiate that retake alongside the recon dart. That's just such a simple retake, but it's so hard to defend against if you don't have correct protocols in play, which I just don't think we saw then. In a 5v5 retake coming out with 3 alive, that gets me really hopeful for Sus, because I feel like that should just show that they're just playing like the better team right now. Granted, it is early days, so I don't want to call anything too early there, but they are playing like the better team right now, just from the little things that I am seeing them do.
Well, look, like you said, still early, so let's not call anything just yet. Haxi, that's a really good positioning that he's managed to give himself. And once again, look, the Odin as well. It's one of the few guns that wasn't really affected by the patch. And goodness gracious, it's holding down Garage decently well. Although Precision worked his way in. He could get this headshot here. He needs it. There you go. Takes down Teku. Nice start.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Alright, well that's perfect. There you go. Haxi on the flank though as well is going to be able to pick up one, potentially get a second one. Paintball is going to come out, not going to be able to connect. It's going to be a 1v4, and I don't think that they're going to be able to manage it. Quenchen with a nice little 3k has the Neural Theft available. So now here's the thing that we see with Neural Theft now. The only issue I ever had with this ultimate is the fact that it's 7 points, and the only real way you're going to be able to farm that up is if they come onto your site, maybe like 2 rounds in a row, you potentially get some kills and die. The thing is, now that it's a 6-point ult, it's so much easier to get, and the second that you get that ultimate, it actually becomes kind of high value, because the second you throw it out, you know where they all are on the minimap. You have the locations of all remaining attackers and defenders, and you can play accordingly to that there. So I mean, Cypher just feels like a more complete agent now. Not as many, as much
expensive.
He's only 700 or 600. That's how he always was. Like, he hasn't been changed for quite a while. He's only gotten buffed recently. So Cypher main's definitely going to rejoice about that one though. I'm curious to see if his pick rate does go up. Quite substantially, considering Killjoy also got nerfed on the same patch. There's so much to unpack about this new patch. I could talk about the stuff for a very long time though, but there is going to be a long play. They're going to be walking up. The Jelly D wasn't able to get the ultimate ult, which would have given him his ultimate going into this round. And they are going to be spamming a backside, so they know the location of them.
They do. Util coming through slowly, and that single jump, it gave them intel. Nice Util as well to destroy potential Cypher traps. The run back being popped. Quenchen gonna dive into safety inside his own cage, and there you go. There's the ultimate being used, but no, Jelly D, what are you doing? Gets caught with his pants down. Kokujin nets himself an easy double. Quenchen now, I like the repositioning. He's managed to get behind the enemy lines despite being on site. Easy triple for him. Ramen's gone. Curveball. Nice dodge by Quenchen. Now Kokujin one-on-one. Meanwhile, position trying to lock down the A sites. This push has gone disastrously poorly. Kokujin, okay, does take him down. Spark is back into their control. 2 duelists versus 1 Raze and an Astra.
30 seconds left.
Only 2 boss packs on the Raze as well. That's something that needs to be, they need to be mindful of. 2 stars available as well. Oh, this is interesting. Have a look at their positioning. They are going to be pushing into the CT area. So down. Are they going to be able to pick up one? They're going to be able to pick up the 1 and the second. That's a really nice heads up play. I have no idea how they read into that. That's really cool, actually.
I think,
waiting for them to make a mistake, and I mean, played right into their trap.
I think like the 2 duelists, you know, they really felt like they had to go on the offensive because they had no smokes and not really much like post-plant utility to hold. Because like if they had flashes, right, they really had to just throw out, you know, util and go for the engagements. So might as well go a little bit earlier and get a heal on either say Reyna or maybe Phoenix to recharge his hot hands if it was available. Don't quote me on that though. But hey, look, they lost the round. Coco, yes, no, just a bit too sharp. And now coming to this following round, Shadow of Intent. It's an eco, and they're down by 4 rounds. Sorry,
the issue with that play is they had these really... Their spacing was off. The I think it was Precision just wasn't in a position to actually trade out his teammate. It's just the way that they decided to play that situation was just... It was literally a spacing thing. That's just the fundamentals difference right there. And Coco and just playing into that, basically. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. I don't want to get that wrong there.
Coco?
Look, they just played into that. Kirko would just say Kirko, honestly. I feel like that's the easiest way to do it. Spam coming out from Quenchen, not going to be able to find anything. They're playing really passive, and they're not playing much on towards A. They're putting a bit of Cypher util down, and it's only going to be down to Jelly D. So I'm curious to see how they do play this out. They are looking to play B, though. This could get really spicy.
Oh, Xeno, I don't think he spotted out Quenchen. He could be the key here to locking down B sides. Kokujin gets one, Quenchen indeed secures that kill. Looking for a second though. But don't double dip as you are the only player locking down this part of the map. 2 outside, Impurity may be able to walk onto the site. Okay, Quenchen knows exactly where the enemies are as they push on. Misses the spray down though. That's a huge punish. Impurity and Ramen simultaneously they get 2 kills. The Ortef does go down, but the defenders make the mistake. They have this gun superiority. Okay, curveball trying to get it popped. Now Xeno having to do it all. One bullet has to land this. Curveball. Okay, good night.
Look, if he hit that shot, I would have absolutely lost my mind. Blind with 1 bullet as well, but it's not meant to be. Jelly D, second run at back of the half. Going to be working on towards their 3rd one now. 7 rounds in, going into the 8th. There you go. Ultimates, everyone. There you go.
Yep.
But look, 10 kills on the board already. For Quenchen and Jelly D, kind of putting their team on the back right now, playing really well. Like, Quenchen, you cannot go to this man's site. He's just holding it down completely, just really well. Good Cypher utility.
Positioning as well. Positioning.
Yeah, positioning
like,
as well,
you know, he was hidden on that previous round, but like even before that, when he was on A, he managed to go inside his own cyber cage, get the initial kill, and literally go on an instantaneous short flank. That's just something you don't really see often, at least not in higher tier games, I believe, because it's just unlikely. Okay, yes. A heavy stack. Okay.
There you go. I just wanted to use that as an example to show that. Oh, hold up. They're okay with shots from both sides, but there you go. That's what they did with Astra. You cannot insta-suck anymore, basically, as we're going to call it. You cannot do that, so it's delayed. It's just a lot easier to punish, and this is a really interesting camera from Quenchen. They are going to be looking to hold this side. This is a strange hit.
So much util, but Quenchen, you know, he got stunned. He was still on site. Okay, Phoenix manages the entry, and there's the runner back once again, proving its usefulness. Defenders just locked off site for the time being. Precision though, yeah, indeed, he ate that shot now, 45 HP. Spike does go down, but here's Reyna, and Reyna can overheal.
Really interesting side hole that's going to be coming out. They're going to be having 1 towards sewers, 1 towards on true side. 1 hell, Astral,
great.
Cosmic Divide coming out. Here we go. Jelly D is going to probably be the initiator for this side hold.
Oh, nice. Paint shells looking for more. And what is going on? Trade for a trade. And the showstopper does get a kill, but Koga, yes, and to finish things off. Oh, goodness gracious, Crash. Suddenly, he's the last player standing and the defuse secured.
No idea how I was meant to throw that one too. There was a lot happening at once there, but Broom picked it up quite well. I was quite impressed with that actually. 7-1. What's there to talk about? It's really just
pretty one-sided right now. Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but I mean they're just getting out aimed really. Like the retakes are better. Like if they go A, they lose the retake basically every single round. The one time they actually won that is when the others were on their bonus round, which makes sense because you should be winning those rounds, in theory at least.
But you know that's just not good enough. And would you say maybe it's because due to the new economy and everything, they aren't able to get your utility maxed out? Although I say that we are seeing most of the players have most of their util.
I don't know actually. I think it's just one of those things where it's just if you get out aimed, you're just losing the aim. You're most likely not gonna win the game. I think that's quite literally the most basic thing we're seeing currently.
Okay.
A lot to do here.
Yep, Teku. Oh no, couldn't get anything as Kokujin. They line up for him. He bowls them down. Once again, site has been taken. Although this time, this round's looking pretty doable for either side. 3-on-3. Ramen, 61 HP. Kokujin, not too good for wear either. He needs that kill. Misses it. Haxty on a triple now. Deary me, 1 by 1 the attackers are falling. This is post-plant, and these last 2 players have to do it all. And there's a pinch from Long. Xeno by himself. Haxty strikes. 8-1.
Beautiful 4K from Haxty as well. Didn't see too much of it there, considering there was a bit of blind happening on the other side. But look, they managed a lot of impact frags there. Really clean retake as per usual. They're losing way too many members when they're getting onto the side, basically.
Indeed.
That is quite a big deal, considering you need to have that good post plant. And you have a Reyna in a post plant. It's just, she doesn't offer as much to the team.
No.
Like, you can get onto the site with the Reyna, but Reyna's, all she's going to be able to do is just throw out maybe 1 lid if you're still holding onto it.
Oh, you know, now that you say, like, Reyna, Precision, you know, he has the same amount of kills as a round score. That's a bit rough to start things off, to say the very least. And also, one other thing I just want to say, you know, it's a bit off topic, but Phoenix, I'm surprised that his ultimate didn't get changed at all, considering how much impact it has, and it's still a 6-point ulti. Okay.
Phoenix is one of those agents.
Mid push, just hang on, because on an eco right now, they're not getting much done, I'll be honest, because look at this. Slice, they're just hard pushing everything. They're covering fire. You have to secure that kill, man. Jelly D, how is this guy still alive? Shadow of Intent, that's the last 2 players. Sheriff to go all the way. Shock Dart, that does so much damage. Teku, running gun baby, easy peasy. Oh, Impurity, he gets one, but look, he'll just mowed down. Now back to the Phoenix ultimate.
Yeah, okay, back where we left off, I think with Phoenix, I believe his flashes did get changed. They're now 250. So all flashes in the game are currently 250. I mean, that's just like a consistency thing, I guess. I kind of understand the point of it. Like each flash has like similar amounts of impact. So I guess if you make them the same price point, there's not really too much variation with that there. The one thing I do want to point out about Phoenix is just I had to chat to you about this before we actually went live there, but he seems to be basically at this point just a worse version of KO. KO has a 7-point ultimate that functions very similarly to a Phoenix ult, which is arguably a lot better considering it
debuffs the enemy team. Yeah,
it just like shoots out an EMP basically just in every direction possible. So if you're in its radius, you're gonna get taken down. You're not gonna be able to use abilities. And alongside that, KO just has so much more flexibility with his utility. Whilst Phoenix his util's quite selfish. The only thing that's not that selfish is the run it back, considering it can be used as a retake tool or an entry tool. But regardless of that, I think you're going to be seeing a lot less Phoenix be played. The second KO is legal in tournaments, we're going to be seeing KO play rate grow absolutely through the roof. I would like to assume this is almost a must pick on every single map. There's insane amounts of utility, or just insane amounts of info you can get with this EMP alone. I was playing some ranked games today, not really too much of a good comparison there, but you can literally throw that at a wall and it will tell you who is in like the area.
The rough vicinity, indeed.
Yeah, the rough vicinity, like who is in that area and how many people it detained. And that like alone can give you so much info on a 40-second cooldown. It's like a server dart, but
pretty much.
The kit is just absolutely insane. Like I'm talking about KO a lot, but we don't see a KO here, so let's get back to the game.
Indeed, because time is running thin, and so far, Shadow of Intent, this is the slowest round thus far, I believe. Just trying to work around control. The aftershock is perfect. The molly as well, doing so much damage. Gokuchin precision. They get tagged down so low. No heals. They have to go for kills. They have to use their util. Perhaps there's no time. The seaside take is all but choreographed. Defender still rotating over. Punches, holding out of sight. Surprise, surprise. He gets one kill. Hunter Spirit to come through. Time is running thin. About 10 seconds. Spike has to go down. Okay, they get the kills. But Teku runs the firing line of Kokujin, 1-on-1 trade. And Shadow of Intense. Okay. Replay standing. That's an interesting ultimate. Haxi just throws it into the thin air. 1v3 now. Impurity. Just hold the angle. Use your intel. Although the paint shells might just do damage. Ramen's so low. Okay, no, he does survive. I was hyping that up a little bit.
Almost eats the shock dart. 1v3 there. It's looking quite difficult. They do hear him. He's going on the aggressive. This is what you want to be doing in this 1v3. You're trying to isolate the duels. He needs to take initiative here. Gonna be able to find one. Is he gonna be able to find any more? No, he's not. Impurity from Garage takes him out of the end, and they're gonna be able to find their second round in this half. In the game, I guess. Just
before the half ends. So, you know, it's not bad, but perhaps too little too late. Thankfully, though, these open quals, they are best of 3s nowadays. So, there's no, crazy upsets from a single best of 1 fluke.
Do we know whose map pick this was? Because I'd like to assume this is Sus's map pick, because they're just playing a lot better.
The website and everything, it doesn't tell me a lot. Let's just assume it is.
Look, I mean, it would make sense. They seem to have, I mean, just from watching the way they played every take, they seem to be more switched on this map as a whole. That is a good amount of damage coming through, actually. A little bit of a tag on the Jelly D and a bit of a tag on the Kurkur. That's definitely what you want to see. There's also a long push-up coming through.
Oh, dear.
Oh my goodness, precision.
Okay, yeah, he's starting to get himself on the board now, and the overheal to come through. Numbers 4 on 4. Now, there's a runner back for the defense and the Cosmic Divide for the attack.
Look at Jelly D's positioning. I don't want to take it off the camera there because Impurity can get a kill here, but I just want you to pay attention. He's playing passive towards Heaven because he knows that if he has an ultimate available, he wants to use it for the retake and not commit to a fight. So that's just really good heads up play from him, just from positioning alone. You know he knows what he's doing. Impurity's managed to get a pick onto B, and Precision's now working his way up onto A. The Cypher is down, so they know that they don't really have a good way to check who is coming onto this A site. Dart will come down from their own server. That's going to be the site for free.
Oh, over towards mid, though. Impurity looks away the nick of time. Okay, Coco. I like that, how proactive he was being on the defense. You know, he pushed the angle, and now I think it's pretty crucial that Jelly D does stay alive. He has to run it back after all. 3-on-3 retake.
Nothing.
You want to fight it?
Cosmic Divide. Drone's also going to be going in as well, so this could get all the info they need. Runner back is available. Precision's running for his life.
Oh, Jelly D, no, the run back, it gets popped, but Koku, yes, no, gets the kill regardless, and Ramen trades right back. 2-on-2, there's so much time as well, the spike,
So
not even halfway through. Shadow of Intent, I like what they're doing, playing a crossfire of sorts, but there's so many angles to check, and that recon arrow tells them everything. Easy clean up. Okay, they secure the last round of the first half.
Let's hope it's not too little too late. They've woken up a bit. They have a good idea of what they need to be doing. They just kind of let Impurity just kind of do his own little thing. Just get a lurk off, try to get something into the round. He managed to get that pick on the Cypher, which opened up the A site for them. Really good heads up play to know that the A site should be open after that. Good utility to hold off the retake. Well, for their post plant, the Cosmic Divide pushing them off the site. Runnerback was used, but it kind of just didn't find much value. They just played around that Cosmic Divide really well. Managed to get the round. There's 3 on this B site. I'm curious to see if we're going to be seeing a bit of a mid push as the start. Is that a heart he just made on the wall? That's cute. I rate that.
Well, trying to show support for his team after all. They are supporting him, allowing him to go a little bit free as Phoenix. But now, look, sides are switched. Shadow of Intent on the defense, the less favorable side of Haven.
This is probably going to be an ult coming out for Jelly D. Okay, that's beautiful. That's what you want to see. Get as much value out of those ultimates, especially on pistol rounds. They're so much easier to take because it's so much harder to be spammed down through those positions. Haxie's going to be working his way out towards Garage. Paid attention to this. I believe he started with his Broombot. Now he has absolutely no util. Broombot is now a 400 credit piece of util. Quench is also... Ooh, okay. That's it. That makes the round interesting. They should know that's the lurk, and the hit's coming out towards C.
Indeed, although that hot hands from Kogujin, it stops the push for the time being, and the rotations are through. 3 players on site. And not that's really needed, because Kogujin gets that second kill. And look, Cypher gets bailed out 1 by 1. My goodness gracious, Shadow of Intent are mowing down SUSUP. Pretty clean pistol round. Now they have a fighting chance of coming back into this game.
Alright, that's quite well done. I was quite skeptical of the Sheriff pick on a Cypher of all things, but look, didn't even matter. Just teammates around him, Kurkujin and I believe that was Ramen. They just kind of had his teams back. That's what you want to see. You just want to be able to see, okay guys, look, they're coming towards C. We know this. We know that the Cypher is going to be the lurk. We know we can stack towards the other half of the map and most likely get away with it. Considering they'll be on a 5v4 retake as well, so it's fine to give up one of the sites in that position. Good heads up play, going to be able to win that pistol round. Opponents are going to be on that 5 classic eco. And Impurity looking to potentially get a pick going into this round. Dart does come out, not really going to be able to find much. Okay, gets scanned by it. And there you go, Jelly D with the ult farm.
Again, and you know, just Astra, that split-second smoke, I think it's so useful just for these small situations which you only need as a fraction of time. But look at Xeno, he's managed to push himself all the way up A-long. There's a lot of control, and this could be a meat grinder of sorts. Good for 1, good for 2, easy peasy, a triple. Come on, give him a quad. Okay, Teku manages to pump him down, but the damage has already been done.
Well, that's what you want to see. Especially with Sova having an 8-point ultimate. Getting 3 kills on a round like this is absolutely...
Farm it.
It's quite impactful. So that's just going to be able to charge his ult up a lot quicker. He is... Okay. Kurkujin is just not looking at the right location. Jelly D has also worked his way up. He might be able to find him, never mind.
One enemy
Okay.
Yeah.
That could have gotten very spicy very quickly. But I mean, the round should basically just all be completely over now. Teku on 74 HP against 3. I'm not too sure he can do much. He has full util. I don't think he'd want to use much of it and just save it for the buy round.
Yeah, especially how, you know, util now across the board, it's much more expensive for Sova especially. But look, if he can do damage, Ramen's already tagged up. 1 more kill, it will affect their bonus quite a bit. Now Ramen, okay, he's got an intel. He falls back. His teammates right there holding the angle. Okay, got a little bit close there, but Precision, he does secure the kill. Now, I'm not too sure about using the overheal though. Does Reyna still get like a free one? No.
She does get a free one, but I think that's just a habit.
No. Just in when the round started, Precision kept his first one, but he had to buy the second, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because he used it in the previous round.
Oh dear.
With that, it's honestly just a Reyna habit.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Because generally when you get the kill, you just want to overheal and go for the next fight, you know? Yeah, I can understand the thought process behind it. Is this a dart that goes outside? Okay, let's follow this.
Yeah,
I'm curious where this goes.
Right here.
But Shadow of Intent, you know, they aren't really like saving a lot of money as well, as I want to point out. They are sort of forcing into this round. Cool dart, I guess. It doesn't get anything.
Absolutely nothing. Okay, well. On the flip side, they've pushed up quite a bit. They should know it's A. Have a look at this. Impurity should be rotating towards A now. The drone's going to be coming out.
Okay.
Xeno's going to be able to spot 2 of them now. The hit they know the hit's A.
He has to fall back though. Xeno's gonna insist on fighting
no.
on site. He has to get these kills. And look at the utility stack. The grabbing well sucked. The damage in the 45. And he hasn't even fired off a shot. Hacks the easy double. Oh no, the defense just fell apart. And SUSUP, they take A site so easily. Although the flank.
Planted.
I mean, it's just weird. I don't know why Ramen was trying to hold the site with his teammate there when he's completely smirked off. He's completely out of the fight, and he's trying to force himself into it. Quite questionable if you ask me. They've revealed that they are going to be coming from this long position with the Reyna, which I'm not too sure what the point of that was. This round should just be an easy mop-up.
Yeah, look, so down to the last lone Reyna precision. He does get one. And that's all, you know, Shadow of Intent could get on their bonus round in the second half. 5 to 10 though. I mean, it's a better scoreline.
I mean, I just don't understand why. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The dart at the start and then the drone from back to site, like, there was so much that kind of just went wrong, or that they were doing wrong, and they didn't really have an answer, and then Ramen's just deciding to go for the push through the smoke. At that point, you basically you gotta leave, you know, like, alone. Like, you just gotta try to trust him to at least get one. If he doesn't get one, it's like, I mean, it's slightly deserved just from positioning alone. This is an interesting push with the Sheriff, though, so I'm curious to see if he doesn't manage to get anything. Precision does have the Vandal. Double push down mid. They should know it's A at this point. They hit so many footsteps.
Indeed. And
go.
now the positioning is better because they're falling off of the site. They don't want to play that 5-on-5 retake. This ultimate gets nothing as well. Okay, he spotted a few players. Nice opening frag by position. That's huge, but gets a double. His job here is done. Kokujin chimes in as well. Shadow of Intent, they're making this happen. The Spike's not even down yet. Quenching does manage to even up the numbers a little bit. Empress has been popped. Okay. But maybe he wants a little bit more. But he's so low. One shot will finish him. And then now the attack has been slowed down to a halt. The Spike out of their control. And they have to just wait to let the defenders make a mistake here. But
Quenchin's trying to make a play here. This makes sense. He's trying to find the kill on a Ramen. Ramen's going to spot him. They're not going to be able to find the kill in the end. Corker's got quite a lot to do to well. He kind of just stuck towards this mid-box position. Or the side box position, default box, whatever you call it. Precision's still up here. The Empress...
Kokujin from short. He does get one, but Quenchin strikes back. 59 HP, 2 body shots from death. And Shadow of Intent decides to get onto the side. And the gun blocked. The gun was too thick. He didn't even know the precision jumped down. And the gun blocked the entire player model. And that's it, you know. It's one of those small pet peeves, Crash. Like, I'm not too sure about you. I like how, you know, Riot says they want all the gun models, the field of use, it to be locked. But at the same time, that's so frustrating.
Yeah, there you go. Left-handed view model master race, by the way,
Okay,
everyone.
that's fair.
Solid round though. Surviving with 2, they're gonna be able to full buy here. Money's a little bit over the place there, but that's just, you know, the new economy. They're valuing their abilities quite highly instead of the guns. I mean, it makes sense there. It's just interesting to see the fact that these buys look so wonky, but on this patch they make a lot more sense. Like these should be the way the buys look now. Even though I'm still finding a hard time just looking at that. It just does it won't look right for quite a while. I have to get used to it. Regardless of that, there's standard mid control to come out from the side of Sasa, trying to work their way up. Precision's gonna be able to find one of the hacks. See, that's gonna open up the round for them. Xeno's gonna be able to try to find one of his own. Not gonna be connecting the shots just yet. We'll be backing off the angle.
Now, the thing about Precision, okay, it's good that he's waking up now in the second half, but the Bulldog as well, at that distance, I think you should always be scoping down because the burst fire is remarkably fast. You land the first headshot, it basically guarantees you the kill, and Precision maybe looking to bite off a little bit more than he can shoot, but backup has arrived, and Kokujin, that ain't it, that's a free rifle handed over, but Ryman finally chimes in. Precision gets blinded, doesn't matter, he secures the kill! Shadow of Intent, okay, they bled one player, but this round still can very much to be theirs. Impurity fighting on the side. Ramen through the smoke! Man, check his PC! Teku 1 on 3, 30 HP, and Impurity, a single bullet does the job. Okay, 7 to 10 now. This game is starting to look a bit more close.
I guess they've just identified how they actually need to be playing these side holds and stuff. I just want to point out, I don't actually think they've moved Cypher away from the C garage position at all.
No, his user's been there the entire time, and Phoenix as well to support.
It's interesting. I don't know, I just find it interesting. I feel like at this point you'd want to try to make your defense a little bit more dynamic instead of having it be like really kind of obvious and readable.
Well, you know the old saying.
Yeah. What is the old saying?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because it's working.
Yeah, that's fair. They're gonna look to farm this ult orb here. Haxty is 1 off. He wants this. They know this. Courage is gonna probably be flashing through this. Oh, maybe not.
He's not convinced, but no, he had util. He knows he's a play out at the very least. Pushes solo without a curveball. Oh, no, about that one, Chief. And he does go down. There's the runner back out of the game.
I mean, it was kind of a predictable play as well. You don't really smoke that deep unless there's going to be a player behind it.
Yeah, that's
there's really no reason to. You don't really get any value out of it. Precision's also got this very advanced angle here, so I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to find Haxi in this round. Haxi will not be able to find Precision with a good pick. He's basically going to confirm that it's towards A. They hear so many footsteps. They hear the drone. At this point, it should be all but confirmed. They're going to be playing offsite with the server, or potentially using it to initiate the retake, or they're going to be using it to deny the spike plan.
Yeah, deny spike plan. Xeno's just waiting. Okay, buys more time, but there's still like 40 plus seconds left. Some damage is ideal. Yes, he does get it. Teku, 20 HP now. Spike will go down. Health pool's relatively the same.
Spike planted.
He's been spotted. This retake's going to be quite interesting. 4v4 should be able to get 3 firearms. He's going to be able to find one. Coco manages to get 2 on the return there. 2v3 situation. Luke at Quench's position there. Cosmic Divide doesn't matter. He's going to be able to find one.
He has to go fast. He has to go fast. Jelly D's gone.
What's just happened?
2 on 2. Coco and Quench with the crossbar of swords. Okay, nice pinch. Now it's all down to Lone Sova. So low, drops through, and there you go. Easy triple by Coco to secure the round. Double digits, 11 now for SUSUP.
Okay,
The timing worked out.
It's just these weird rounds. I feel like that ult just wasn't needed because there's 40 seconds left. You're not buying time for anything.
Also, was that the attacker's Cosmic Divide or the defender's? Because it was weirdly positioned, I have to say.
No, yeah, it was Kirker that got it because he was using that to kind of stop the retake. It was it's one of those things where it's like you get the kill and then you back off and you just want to throw out your Cosmic Divide. You want it to be perfect, but at the end of the day, we're all human. You can't have it perfect, and in the heat of the moment,
that's a lot of info.
You can do consistently.
That's a lot of info. That single Cypher came from Purity. He managed to catch, what was it, 4 plays, I think? So they know perhaps Cypher's lurking around. The Owl Drone manages to miss the Cypher Trap over towards Long, but the C site rotations have come across, and they're just trying to hold down for a bit longer. Util comes through, though, and that's expensive. So I do like to think that SUSUP, they are going to invest more and, you know, finally push C.
Or judge on Haxi. Or Haxi. There you go. He has a judge. So I'd like to assume their plan of attack is just going to be he full sends it to the side. Impurity, wait, Impurity is burning.
Oh
my goodness, he almost goes down. 50 HP for the man. And
Jelly D knows he's just holding the angle on Purity. He needs a smoke or some useful to bail him out. No cages. That single peek out confirms the positioning as well. Nice reposition by Jelly D as the rest of his teammates. They're no longer out over towards C. Instead, it does seem to be A is the most favored, you know, side to push.
3-man group towards that A main position or the A house position. Xeno's trying to look for a play with
no.
the Bulldog guy. Oh,
short barrel though, and he escapes with murder. Coco, that's a huge kill. Although, come on, man, you gotta be joking. Clinching just holding his time there. Looking at Xeno jump the loop before he secures the kill.
Run it back to point early. Wait, that might be really good.
It buys time. The attack.
Yeah, exactly.
The time. It's running thin now. The Cypher Trap. Now, Impurity. He's got a huge here. He whips everything, man. Okay, Haxi with the showstopper gets the kill back sides. Rama needs it. He does get the 4 seconds remaining. Spike will go down. 2-on-2 retake.
Hunter's Fury there for Teku. This could be quite an influential ult coming out here. Their Cosmic Divide is available. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing it coming out. Okay. Should come out any second. Now Shock Dart's going to be deployed towards that CT position. Another one as well. Precision's going to be the one who needs to go big here though.
They have to check back side.
Quench from the back side.
Quench is so low. No one's looking. Oh no, he mows all of them down. That should not happen. Now it's match point for SUSUP. I can't help but feel, but that Shadow of Intent, they really let that round escape.
Oh no.
There.
Look, that round could have gone either way. Quenchin with a huge spray transfer to close it out though, the 2v2 situation. Well, by the way, I do want to point out, Teku was basically like 30 HP in that scenario. And I mean,
he was?
Yeah, he was very low.
Okay.
Was Teku the one? No, one of them was really low.
Quenchin was super low. Teku was basically
Quenchin?
Yes.
It was one of them. Quenchin had the balls to go for that play on low HP. That's all I'm saying. Like that shows they're playing with confidence at this
They
point.
just weren't looking at him as well, so it's just, and then you always have to check, and that's why, you know, without much util to gather intel with, retaking C-side is quite daunting, and you know, that's how the cookie crumbles. Of course, A-side take though, looking to be pretty stacked, and then he defenders. Oh dear. Nice shot by Xeno. Okay, he did deny the run it back, but that's all he's good for, as looks at just the Astro util with the combination of bodies. They storm the sites. You know what Theft as well, they know where the defenders are. Shadow of Intent, this is literally do or die with Sheriffs, and it's unlikely, I have to say, at the very least.
This is looking pretty grim right now. They have 3 Sheriffs and a Spectre. I mean, If I was a betting man, I'd always put it on Sussup. This is such a hard retake to get into. Their Quentin's also in this very advanced angle. They are spamming it, but they're not preparing for the crowd.
Oh,
That's
damn.
a sharp shot.
Extra bullets as well, just to confirm the position's dead. 1 by 1. Once again, the common angles, just stray bullets down range. Oh, Shadow of Intent, they're falling 1 by 1. 2v5 now, 1v5. Quentin, another double to end things. Match point, 13-7. Easy peasy.
Well, I mean, I didn't expect anything less. That was a 9-3 half. For the first half in favor of SUS, I mean, they should be able to close it out quite convincingly. 4 rounds exchanged for each team there. Eventually, 13-7 scoreline to finish it off. Quentin had a really big game. He's a Cypher. And oh my, wait. So Quentin is a Cypher, by the way. And he has
Battle
5
Cypher.
first bloods.
Indeed.
I'll say right now, if your Cypher is the one getting a bunch of first bloods and you're winning the game, you'll do, like, everything is going right, basically. You don't have to rely on Haxi. Granted, he did get 4 first bloods. That's still really good. Like, he's doing his job.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. That's just, I mean, SUS just playing really well. Jelly D as well. 3 diffuses. That basically just shows me in and of itself, one, they're not getting the spike down as much, right? Because they're generally winning most of the time before the spike goes down. And 2, they're trying to put the ultimates onto him. So they want to get as many runner backs on him as possible. I mean, Haven's just one of those maps where it's like you can farm the ult orbs so easily. Really interesting to see that one play out. We're going to be on a bind now. I don't really think... I mean, I'm curious if we see a Viper get pulled out, something along those lines. There's a lot more variation of comps that you can play on a map like Bind. There's a lot more different metas that have evolved, especially in different regions. Like, you've got the Viper heavy meta coming into play now with Astra. That's probably going to start slowly going away, considering Astra did take a big hit. So... for this, at least, I'm curious to see
but her
what they
kit
play.
is still very versatile, and like the main thing is I want to see would it be Sky or Breach now on Bind, because Breach, you know, he was the original go-to, but Sky with her util that also gets intel as well, she was the more preferred, I would say, for Bind. Come on, like the flashes.
I couldn't tell you, honestly. I actually couldn't tell you who would be better out of those two. I feel like
Even footing,
like
to an extent.
Look.
It's
I
rough.
don't actually. It's hard to. That's something that's really hard to predict there. Yeah, with that, I mean, Breach is one of the. Like, his stun comes out a lot quicker now. His aftershock, you know, the thing, it like ticks 3 times now, which is like pretty big. So that could definitely stop a push as well. Like, that ability kind of felt like you just forced an enemy out of position. Now you can kind of stop a push with it. I believe it goat travels further. So I'm already thinking of something like if you're in U-Haul, you can just kind of aftershock the angle of them pushing up through shot, and they're forced to not go U-Haul for quite a bit.
And buys time, indeed. Not a lot of time, but it does buy time, indeed. Okay, well, look, we'll discuss that a little bit further, a little bit later, as now we will be going for a short breather, as Map 2, which will bind, like I mentioned earlier, is going to come in soon. So, guys, don't go away just yet. Shadow of Intent versus SUS, Map 2, coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Stage 3 Open Qualifiers 1. And, okay, the team's day started, and it will be map 2 Bind. So, Crash, any last words you want to say?
I got nothing to say. I'm just curious to see what these teams pull out. Okay. So there you go. Haxty on the signature raise, as I did talk about. Oh, wait, hold up. This is interesting. We've just seen a Yoru lock in with kind of no hesitation. Wow.
So would you be safe to assume that they've practiced this? There's a little bit more strats behind it?
I'd like to hope so. I'd like to assume that's the case. I don't know.
So
wow.
Yoru's flash, obviously, it's good, but at the same time, this audio. Well, at the same time, you know, it's not quite KO because they function sort of in the same way. They can throw it not only for yourself but also for a teammate. Just lob it across the map.
I'd argue that Yoru Flash is probably one of the better ones in the game.
You reckon?
You have a lot more options with it. You can throw it off of like walls. You can pop flash your teammates in. It just hasn't been explored as much purely because the agent itself just isn't that good. That's the only reason for it, primarily. Outside of that, I think he might potentially get a little bit or export a little bit more now. Not really too sure. These comps, I mean, you've got the standard, as I spoke about before, the Astra Viper with the supporting cast of a Sova, a Reyna, and a Yoru. So I don't actually know how you play that comp because the one thing I've spoken about in the past is generally you run either a Raze or a Jet in your comp. You don't really not play one of those, and they're the ones that are looking to take the space. I'm going to have to assume now that Yoru is going to be kind of taking up that slot. He's going to be the one using his teleport to get into the enemy backlines, take some space for them to, I guess, move into. Jelly D here as well. Let's have a look at that kit. They've decided to buy a full kit, and also pay attention to that. Sky can only have 2 flashes now.
Indeed, and one of them recharges, I think. Or maybe it's both that recharge. I have
absolutely no idea
yet. Well, we'll see real soon as the site take. It does look to be pretty B heavy. And Viper Wall, I like it. It holds off the attack for the time being.
Look how much more you can see, by the way, with the new Trailblazer. Look how insane that is. Look at all the info.
They know there's 2 over towards elbow, and I don't think you could have seen it in the past from that distance. Although Impurity, great initial shot. Quenchin's gone now, so no Cypher useful potentially for post plant, but site has been taken, and it should confirm a post plant 5-on-4. Oh my god, through the smoke. Alright, Cheku, disrespect. Impurity's dead. Ramen, the lone play after having hold down the angle. 3 players barreling down on him. 1 was good. 2 would be fantastic. But hey, that was the end of him. 3-on-3 now. But look at Koguchin. He hasn't been revealed just yet, but he's not too sure who to shoot. He's whipping his shots, but Legsy's there to chime in and pick up the slack. Teku by himself catches out Koguchin on the reload, and Legsy, oh, the patience. He forced Teku to push. Sharp shot. Pretty decent retake, all things considered. It was a bit messy, though.
I mean, that's what you want to see. You want to see a pistol round victory. Legsy with a 3K. Really nice to see. This is where things get interesting, because I just want to see how they, like, what util is getting pulled out. I kind of might just skim over a couple of these agents right now. What is that even called? The fake out. One of the fake outs, no, okay, 2 of them won't get purchased. I guess that's not really an ability you need to invest too much into.
On the defense, perhaps later on, when the rounds get more mind games and, like, important, but when it gets an anti-eco, probably not.
I wouldn't say so. This is an interesting round to come out. Also, I want to point out as well, since Viper's in this game, Viper's mollies now cost 200 each. So her kit is now 600, which basically kind of coincides with most other agents in the game. That's just a little something I wanted to point out. So basically, the average or the most common loadout is, I think, 600 credits now. I'm not mistaken. Well, maybe a little bit more. But I think it's pretty good. It's just consistency across the board. Viper was one of those agents where you spend 400 credits for a full kit. And those mollies are 100 each, and arguably one of the better abilities in the game.
8 seconds of post plants. Okay, Kokuchin good for 1, but look, that flash did its job, and now Legsy not able to chime in as well. He himself on half HP, and the stuck out. Precision gets damaged quite heavily, and the overheal not really going to help him out too much. He does survive, not by much though, and you know, against all odds, this anti-eco, it's not going in the favor of the team with the better guns.
Well, kill found. That's always going to be good. I believe Jelly D was actually the one to find that. Yeah, it's going to be Jelly D finding that because they're also going to be able to pick up that ultimate orb. They found 2 ultimate orbs, gotten a single frag, and also gone down. So they're already 4 out of 6 in their ult. Another thing about Sky as well is she basically, I guess she kind of got a buff for some reason. The Trailblazer buff is pretty big.
30 seconds left.
I mean, 2 flashes, it's, I mean, whatever at the end of the day.
Damage as well, I think, when you leap on someone?
I don't know fully there, but Sky's one of those agents that kind of got buffed a little bit. This is an interesting round. Lexy's got quite a lot to do. They're getting overwhelmed by the numbers. Teku's going to find 1.
Yeah, now the spike does go down in almost the nick of time. Now the defense is so low. Okay, nice shot, that Haxty. What were you doing, man? He gets caught out. And the snake bot as well, dearie me. Okay, this anti-eco, it was promising. I mean, well, this eco round was promising, but, you know, it didn't fall apart. And decently flawless retake from defenders. 3 players, not losing a single player more.
I know how I talk about the new patch quite a bit though, but there's so much to break down still. Server still being picked by both teams for both maps makes sense.
Just the intel.
I'm just curious if teams are maybe gonna take Server out of their lineups. I don't think I think the thing Server hasn't been touched since the beta, by the way. This is the one agent. I think he's actually the one agent in the game that just was not touched at all. Like his kit was good, but I believe in the reason why they never nerfed him, even though in pro play he was almost a must pick at all times on most maps. It's because he had a sub 50% win rate in ranked.
Well, that's ranked. So isn't meant for, like, you know, solo players. It's meant for teams. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. It's just an interesting philosophy they have around balancing. Okay. Well, here's the thing with Yoru. I've seen this strat by, I believe, Damwon, Kia. They're a Korean team, and the whole idea is okay. Actually, let's break this down first because they're going to be actually going for a bit of a wait. He broke all 3 of those cabbages.
Yeah, with a single frenzy mag. Okay, cabbages, box you jellyfish. I still say box
cabbages. I don't care.
Fine. Although, okay, the ultimate's gone now, but this 4-play stack over towards Long here. Nice curveball, and then flash well. Oh my god, it's a mowdown. That's beautiful. 1 by 1, the attack completely falls apart. And now Shadow of Intent. That's what I like to see. Look, Quentin, that's a really sharp shot to strike back.
2v4, not out of the realm of possibility. This is a bonus round, by the way, and they've played this bonus so well so far, though. Okay, but let's not get too excited though. Like, this is a round that's at hand. 3v2 now. They had a really good idea going into this round. Very proactive on the bonus. They're not going to be like, hey, look, let's play back with these arguably worse weapons. Let's play it back with these specters. Let's play back with these judges or whatever we have. No, we're going to take the fight to you. They managed to recover 2 rifles, so they do have arguably even weapons. And they go Kokujin with another kill onto Haxty. Punching in a 1v3 here.
Oh, Kokujin, the sharp shot from distance. I'm pretty sure he scoped in as well. I would like to think he is. And that's it, done and dusted. 3-0 now on the board for Shadow of Intent. This is quite the stark contrast compared to map 1.
Okay, so I'll say right now, the idea of the reason why that play works is because Damwon, they had the same idea going into one of their mind games. They used the fake out through the teleport around 1, and it basically just goes like, oh, right, it's the fake out. Oh, it's not going to be the real teleport.
Yeah.
So what they do is they condition them to think that it's just going to be the fake out, because the only way that they can get through that teleport and out safely is from Yoru. The only way that's going to be able to trigger that teleport is going to be the Yoru, when making the actual teleport sound. And then there's just one round. You see how you just heard that then, and it does sound like an actual teleport.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they've conditioned them to assume that Yoru's just putting his fake out through there, and the one round that he actually goes through there, they get value off of it. Precision, the overlook is money. He gets money, gets the second one.
Legsy chimes in as well. That's so free. Shadow of Intent. This is so good. Kokujin picks Haxty out of the air. Mid-flight. Coco, yes, no. 1v5. Has the sheriff now. He's a sharp player. Not sharp enough, though. Precision. Nice show up. He's warm, baby.
This is a different Shadow of Intent. They've done their homework on Bind. They have this unique comp. One thing to note about this as well is their comp is... You know when you look at a comp and you say it's unique, and a lot of the times you're saying it's unique, but it's not in a good way because they're playing something that's not as meta. This is unique and it seems to be working for them. I'd like to assume they've practiced this quite a bit in scrims. They've got a really good idea of how they want this to work. Look at the mini-map. They've already got the fake out towards this teleporter position. Kokujin's going to be putting his teleport all the way towards spawn because the whole idea is if they don't see anything A, they're going to be taking it towards their CT position. This is aggressive. He's getting so much advanced intel right now. This is he's just going to take the TP afterwards, isn't he?
I would like to assume so. Oh my god, the amount of ground he's covered solo. He can get that kill. Okay, he does. I think it's not bad, but
that was
hey,
cool.
Look, he does get killed again today. So Yoru, we are seeing potential on him now. And indeed, Shadow of Intent. Homework has been done.
I think they would be a team that would have decided to use the Yoru before this current patch. I think Yoru is one of those agents that he's not that good though. The issue with him is you need to put so much time into learning him. And I guess since every other agent has kind of gotten a little bit worse around him, that Yoru might actually have some time. He might be able to actually shine now. That's just a really nice heads-up play, getting advanced intel alongside the push down A short from the, I believe it was Precision. They've got a lot to do here. They've got a 3-man hold. Doesn't manage to get out of that stun there, but Legsy's also here to support them.
Oh, that was almost a huge double spray down for Legsy, but damage is done. Jelly D, you know, 33 HP. Blinds himself as well as Precision. hand position to Reina. My gosh, gets yet another
Okay.
kill. Now Jelly D, 1 on 2. He didn't take a single
30
point of damage
seconds
in the
left.
past though. He needs more. But look at how passive Shadow of Intent are. They're playing buddy together.
Playing well.
Okay, they're starting to
Playing into
split
the
up.
trap.
Oh, Jelly.
Oh, what is happening? Digital, what is happening?
About 10 seconds. I think Jelly, he really wanted to try making numbers even,
10
but
seconds.
just
Here's
not
a
quite
flash.
enough. Only one though, only one. Okay, pops the cabbages again. Let's see how many get popped. Okay, he knows both are on site, and that's good to know. And no! You said he had the flash, and that was his downfall. And I think actually that was a gun upgrade from a Spectre to a Vandal as well. Shadow of Intent, 5-0. This bind setup, something's really working out for them. They're playing much better, just like you said early on.
I mean, that round alone was kind of just won almost off of Yoru completely. He decided to, well, Kokujin managed to get so much advanced intel so early on into the round.
And in the rotations.
And they just played off of it correctly. I mean, just good heads up play. They have a really good understanding of how they want to play bind. They're executing it perfectly. Sus don't have a plan. And I would like to assume it's because they don't know how to verse Yoru. And I don't think many teams would know how to verse Yoru. Haxty has access to a judge now. So most likely just going to see him fly up short, look to try to take some aggression. Nice little Broombot lineup that might go out. Doesn't seem to be the case.
Too
Dart's
expensive.
gonna come out early. Oh, that's a big scan. That scans 3.
Oh dear, Impurity. Okay, Hunter's Fury spot pops. Some damage is ideal. That grabby one was
Almost
huge,
got
but Precision whips everything. Legsy, okay, he does come in. Gets one at the very least. Retribution for his dead teammate. So now Cypher's dead. Potential flanks are open, but Sky stays alive. She has the overheal and she has the flashes. Cosmic Divide now, and there you go. The insults to the site. Haxty. I think that's his own teammates is stunned. I'm not too sure. But Legsy still holding down the angle. Nice smoke. Repositions. But Teku has to get this kill. Indeed he does. Shadow of Intent, they trade right back though. These rounds are getting so close. And then Snakebite, I wonder if it's a nice default plant spot. Okay, I'm not too sure where it went. Nice flash as well, but Coco gets no. He goes undetected, doesn't matter. Shadow of Intent, they push out as a unit, confirms that kill. 2v3 now. Oh, SUSUP, they have to find something and something soon. Haxty's inside U-Haul. He has a judge for crying out loud. He has to let them come to him and they're avoiding him at all costs. Haxty here, the judge, not able to do as much damage as it was in the past. And that's a done. Dustin Impurity confirms the defuse. Teku gets that kill at the very least, and he escapes with his life. No times even to use his ultimate. Goodness gracious. Okay, that's just a poor miss.
I mean, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the idea for that round was Teku probably wanted to use his Hunter's Fury, just never got that chance because he wasn't able to get off of sight, and he can't really rely on Haxty to play in that U-Haul position when the spike isn't planted for him in the slight.
Plus, you know, Haxty with the judge nerfs as well. I think in the past, that judge would have probably confirmed that kill, but now the drop-off... Was that 10 minutes, you reckon? Maybe close to?
Look, if that did play into that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, there we go. He's taking the teleport this round. They're not going to expect this.
Okay, they sort of did expect it, but Haxty gets that kill, and Yoru, my god. The best thing about his kit, though, granted his flash is one thing, but I love his instant repositioning, like, potential.
It's just nice. They're just playing the Yoru well. They've conditioned early. They've set themselves up for success
still
early.
watching it.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. They don't know he's out.
My god, the paranoia mind games. They've done their work, and this is beautiful to watch. Now it's an eco for SUSUP as well.
They don't. Wait, do they know he's out? I'm watching Jelly D.
They see
just putting his crosshair. I don't know. He's putting his crosshair towards that teleporter at times. So I'd like to assume they know he's out. I mean, this flash is confirm that.
Yeah,
this flash will confirm it there.
I know.
That's great though. Gets one and gets taken down instantly. So they have intel. Okay, at least they know the TP's clear, but the instant run back over towards A, and Legsy has to hold everything down by himself.
I mean, that's probably the man you want to do it in this situation. He is playing quite well though.
He
Gonna be
dodged the
positioning
flash.
to this U-Haul. Here we go. 1-on-3 hold. Not gonna be challenging him there.
They think that U-Haul's clear, I think, but the flash, it detected nothing. But there's 2 players in. Kokujin probably gonna open things up with a single flash, and there you go. Now they push out. Great initial flash. Legsy gets the first, and the trade back instantly. Second flash was a little bit poorer, but still, the job is done. It's just a matter of information. They don't know where they're striking from. Jelly D, 1v2. Oh, couldn't secure that kill and defuse. Impurity, a tad too sharp. Crash, look at this. 6-0, 7-0.
I mean, I don't really think anyone really predicted that they would have had this much of a bounce back. I'm looking in the I'm looking at the predictions.
Yeah.
93% for Sus, 7% for Shadow of Intent.
Someone's gonna make bank.
Well, yeah, who did that? Which one? Okay, I'm gonna see you in chat soon. I want to know who did that.
God, this
Because
could
whoever
be
did that potentially might be making quite a lot of money right now. Quite a lot of channel
points. Okay,
Yeah.
there's no actual money
you know
involved,
what I mean.
right? I think.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
ESIC.
Well, the whole scenario. Okay, look, the point is, right,
talk about
ultimates now for both sides, it's somewhat available. There's still the Hunter's Fury, and there's the run it back, the Showstopper available. But however, for defense, the Empress, the Cosmic Divide, and the Viper's Pep. Look at this advanced positioning. Double Duelist, Kokujin, he does get taken down, the body block from position slightly, but this will allow him to push up a little bit more aggressive.
There you go, Hunter's Fury being deployed alongside the Cabbage. So Quench is going to be able to find one on the flip side. Purity with one, and Purity not with the second. Quench is coming up with the double Surfire in the round. Almost going to eat those 8 shells.
Okay.
And one on the flank dead. Ramen, 1v4. This is the round that they finally managed to get the spike down and get into a good post-point position. Ramen does have access to the Viper's Pit. I'm surprised it wasn't actually deployed at the start of the round. I feel like at this point you're in the lead. You just may as well go for it.
Over towards A? Maybe not though, but look. The economy for Shadow of Intent is so good. The damage from Ramen is all he really needs right now. They know exactly where he is. Look at how thirsty they are. They're all swarming over towards Elbow like, hyenas. They want the kill. Oh dear, that's it. Yeah, easy peasy.
Well, first round on the board. There you go. Funny Brazil meme, if everyone knows that from Counter-Strike. The 7-1 meme, there you go. Funny moment, I guess. You know about that, Dig?
That was in FIFA, right? Back in like 2016 or something.
The 7-1, like Germany versus Brazil.
Yeah,
it's just they're just the Brazil meme.
And everyone was crying about it, the Brazilians at least.
Yeah.
Your tears are delicious. I'll say the very least.
Well, first round on the board, definitely some signs of life. Haxty has a bit that Showstopper available, 8-point ultimate as well. That's just it's taken so long to actually get that online there. I'm curious to see if they do deploy it now. I feel like you just may as well. You need to just win rounds at this point. And if you're not winning rounds sooner, it's not as likely going to be winning them later because that momentum just won't be in your favor.
The half, it's almost over, so you might as well. But look, now, the defense, they've left B-side more entirely alone. I like to think the Viper Wall allows them to make some nice plays off of it. Snakebite as well, and Quenchin pushes right through. He is fragile for the time being. Easy headshot for Ramen, confirms the kill regardless. And it's attack, he just can't really get through that Snakebite. Shock dart, Haxty now, Showstopper, misses, okay! And Ramen gets a neat double. If he gets the triple, that's it. His job is done. All done to Haxty. Ramen cleans up Quadra! 8-1. Oh, Shadow of Intent, they found their stride completely unbind.
How does Rob, what? Well,
how did he survive?
You'd think that he'd get pinched.
Impurity, first off, he survived. That's crazy. And, once again, 8-point ultimate to get nothing out of it, that has to be so tilting.
I'm speechless. I don't know how he just didn't go down there. That's actually incredible. That's an insane play. He just stood there. He just stood there and just took one-on-one fights.
Hey, look, he just has the better movement, the gamer keyboard, I guess. Oh no, but Shadow Intent. Okay, Kokujin now again. The ultimate's been popped, and this time he's still going over towards mid or B side. He runs over towards showers. They know it ain't entirely clear. So much intel once again.
And grabs Ult Orb. Look at that.
Free.
Look, it is free. That's a cool play. I rate that quite a bit actually. They should know it's B after that info. There you go. Random rotating over. Sky Flash coming out as well. I mean, it should almost be confirmed at this point.
The thing is, they're still going for the ult sword, but it's an 8-point ultimate, so really that raise has to go huge here. And Shadow of Intent, they have ultimates to hold the site down. You still have the Viper's Pit and the Snakebites. Don't even talk to me about it. Nice paint job though, Impurity somehow staying alive, but Jelly D finishes the job. Kokujin trades back, and now Precision with the Empress gets one, dismisses our way, just a safety briefly. Nice flash, and oh, that's just brutality! Turns out last player, Coco, yes, no, he doesn't know where to even go. 9-1, Shadow of Intent. I'm liking this so much. I sound like a broken record, but the first half, it's so clean, and it's still going their way.
That round was all Kokujin. He got all the info. He cleared showers, he cleared down short. They knew it was going to be a B hit. They decided to stack 4 towards B, and look what happened. They went into the beat grinder, and Shadow of Intent only lost 1 member in that whole entire site hold.
It was so messy as well. You would expect more players to die, but it was only SUSUP that got entirely demolished.
Wow.
Goodness.
I mean, that's the power of Yoro, I guess. He is quite slept on, and I mean for good reason though. Like there's not really a reason why you'd want to play him over other agents there, but they've found a way to make him work, and it goes into their game plans. Okay, what is it?
Yeah, the Moonbot is insistent on staying alive, but Haxley, he's managed to get advanced positioning. Okay, there you go. The judge does shine, but Kokujin once again still being a menace. Easy double, triple through the smoke as well. Nice flash to get himself out of the angle. Haxley down to himself. Oh no. Okay, he does get Kokujin.
That's one.
But no, okay, he needs 2 more kills and he can have the showstopper. I mean, there's a world in which he wins this, but he's limited util. He needs 1 more to have the paint shells, can maybe get a kill or isolate some angles, force the play out, but that peak punches him so poorly. And the Phantom as well, the fire rate, the bullets, Ramen just sprays through. And yeah.
Last round.
Why did Impurity use his Helpless Fury? It's not the last round.
Yeah, let's just say he fat fingered it.
I mean, at this point, does it even matter?
Has he even used it actually in the first half? Maybe once, twice. I can tell you that Ramen hasn't popped the Viper's Pit at all. They just haven't really
he
had
hasn't
to.
popped the Viper. No, he hasn't. I don't actually think he has used it.
But look at Kokujin, third, what is it? Third Gate Crasher already available.
I mean, he's gonna use that. Look at this info he's about to get.
Dimensional Drift, sorry. Through the TP now? Oh! That's so smart.
Oh, they're gonna pinch the Cypher. Watch Quenshin. He's got no idea what's about to happen.
Oh, though. Nice flash come through. Quenshin has to dodge it. Okay.
Oh,
that's dirty.
My God.
That's dirty. And he repositions instantly. Oh, Yoru. We're seeing so much potential from him now on one single map.
What is the counterplay to that? You're just dead.
Hold. Hold every angle. Play the buddy system and just be passive, I suppose. That's so brutal and punishing.
No, but it's like if the Yoru knows your position and he just flashes you off the line, like what are you doing to it? Oh my God, there's another one.
Kokujin doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't have to know where you are. He'll just kill you.
So much confidence now coming out from the side of Shadow of Intent. Precision got a lot to do here. They are backing off the angle. They're scared. I mean, with good reason.
Oh, look
Jelly
at
D
that.
already
Single
down.
bullet. Precision, you know.
One enemy remaining.
Him staying alive was the cherry on top, and Jelly D walks into his death. Flawless rounds. This is starting to get hard to watch, I'll be honest.
Okay. Well,
dude,
man,
11 to 1. Look at that. Look at this.
I thought 9 to 3 was bad. Honestly, I thought 9 to 3 was a
what a show
worrying sign, but this is 11 to 1. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but this game, you can say that it's basically almost as good as done. Obviously, I've seen crazy comebacks before, but
straight out of the Zoo Academy.
Yeah, Sots Academy. There you go. I think that was like a 10-2. That was a 10-2 comeback to win it. Like 14-12 in overtime. That's one example though, but that doesn't happen every day. There you go. He's making the heart. There you go.
Well deserved.
Yeah, this is a bit. Lurking Viper as well. Ramen's gonna be playing the lurk.
I really like how Viper's util, you know, it can basically bait up the enemy to an extent. Although the snake bite, okay, it forces them to not push out, but perhaps the information has been given that B site is the sites, you know, they are going for.
Yeah, interesting. Cam doesn't really get much there. Okay, so they're gonna value the dimensional. Is that dimensional drift?
Yes. It's 6 points. It's 6 points, man.
Yeah, it's like a run back basically. No, oh yeah, it was actually. Footsteps going on? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, into the they know that's. I mean, they know that's fake though. They should know. It's fake. They should know. I mean, look at their service position. He would have heard every single bit of that. Okay, right click randomly from Quenshin, gonna reveal his position. Here we go. Here's the sight hit.
He gets stunned from that. It was on top. Okay, fair enough. Now, Shadow Intent finally, the pushes coming through, and Quenshin, I like how he's doing. He's a really good Cypher. He's playing inside his util. Should be an easy kill. Easy. Takes down Legsy, a double. Oh, Kokujin's gone. Triple precision. They are able to get the trade back. The Dinka as well. Shadow Intent, this pistol round has gone so poorly, despite the mind games early on.
Well, a bit of a Ninum.
Oh, that was
right. He's going to be able to find it in the end. That's a flawless.
Oh, okay. Tackle crouching.
Yeah, it's nothing else. It's nothing else. I swear.
You have to ego boost. You have to ego boost yourself a little bit now because you're down 11 to 1, right? 11 to 2. Signs of life. But you're down so much.
Well, I'd like to assume the plan is for this round is to try to get Kokujin at least just one ult ultimate point.
Mm-hmm.
That would make the most sense here. Try to get as much out of this round as possible. Don't just sit there and let them run over you with these upgraded weapons. If you just on classics, at least have a plan, try to do something off of it. Viper's all going to be deployed towards A. Absolutely no way they try to hit a site like that at the start of the round when they have absolutely no info. Show's control going to get taken. Jelly D's going to grab the second ultimate orb. They grab the first one at the first round. That's really good to see. Haxty playing below this one way here. He's got quite a lot to do though, but he does have the kit for it. There's going to be a 4-man group up here with Ramen going to be looking to lurk towards that Show's position.
They're waiting for Legsy's smoke, the Astro Star, to be active before he places it. I'll like to assume up towards heaven, and then the Viper will recharges, and then that's when they push onto the sites. Because Yoru, as you can see, the orbit's already in position, however, no one's rotated off, and they hear the Yoru util, definitely. And the rotation's coming through as well. For sure, Haxty hears it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I just wanted to check.
Oh, okay,
So you
that
know what
paint
it can
shell,
be like sometimes.
that's a lot of damage done. And now this push, it's slightly troublesome. Kokujin's in over towards U-Haul, but they can't really take sun. There's 2 players holding the angle, and they can't plant the spike, which is the most important thing. No smokes, really. They need the Viper wall, but it's so risky. Anyone can push right through it and just get the kill. Ramen on the flank, though.
Oh, no.
Damn, that's a whiff, man. Of course, CrashOBS captured that on camera. Jelly D finally strikes. Okay, they do get 2 kills for Shadow of Intent, but now all down to last by precision. 1v2, suddenly, this is doable. He's 49 HP. If you can't get the kill into Teku, a 1-on-1, there's a world in which he wins this. The isolation is possible.
Oh no.
You're joking.
Oh, it's winnable. He's on a 3k. He needs to get the
time.
quad kill to win this round though. Is he gonna take teleport? No, he's not. He doesn't know where Quentin is though. This round could all...
The plant is enough. The damage is done.
Oh, we tried to get him off the plant with the footsteps.
Oh,
Goes
that was
wide.
close. That was close.
Okay. I mean, look, Quentin, you won the round, but are you even allowed to do that? You almost got classicked. I don't think you're allowed to do that, buddy.
Okay, he didn't get classic. He almost got sprayed down, you know? A single headshot. If that headshot landed from precision, game over. But now, look, the damage has been done. Because this bonus buy for SUSUP completely wrecked. What do? Maybe some armor? A shorty? They're forcing up.
The economy.
They're forcing up.
I mean, don't you... Do you want to... I don't know if you play for 12 here. I feel like you don't play for overtime. I mean, they almost lost to a 5-man classic.
Yeah.
And that was also off the back of Ramen with, I hate to say it, but with a absolutely huge whiff on a free kill, and they still bring it into a 1v1. That's when you know Shadow of Intent always have the upper hand in this game currently.
I think it's Fear as well.
Yeah, Fear as well. I mean, they're playing with so much more confidence. They're allowed to go for those plays because they know they're in the upper hand. Is that a big shock dart? No, it's not.
No, they didn't get anything. It just bounced off the wall. Okay, I think Shadow of Intent, they're starting to read the defensive pattern now of SUSUP. They know that Showers is heavily contested, and that's why they're dedicating manpower here.
That way does spot the Soba. I mean, I wanna keep spectating Jelly D when they got the Trailblazer out, because the amount of range that has now is just kind of insane. It feels more like a server drone, just on steroids. Not on steroids in terms
it does
of, like,
damage. It runs faster.
It just goes fast. Just flies at them. You know, it's one of those things.
And it stuns.
Yeah, and it stuns. Wait, that's kind of cool.
Okay, I'm not too sure what Tekken trying to do. Kokujin. Okay, that was a little bit much. He tried to go for that ballsy play there, and maybe the mental condition is wearing off. You know, the orb gets taken, and they get the kill as well. That's one less tool to worry about. Quentin, once again, this Cypher is so good playing inside his util. Just zero fear, gets the kill into Ramen. Time is running down though, precision.
Absolutely
you can't
not.
miss that shot! Legsy finally traced back, but 2v4, Shadow of Intent. Starting to slow down a little bit in the second half. Time is running thin though. Damage is so much. Impurity 16 HP. Legsy has to be the hero of this round. No time to mess around. Here's the plant, the spike. The defense decided to swarm in. Decided to basically deny the plants. Now what the hell is going on? Legsy... He tried to plant that 3 times. His teammate got a few kills. He got a kill or 2. But the defense still won the round at the end of the day. SUSUP, they're definitely showing signs of life. This is 3 rounds now, back to back. Shadow of Intent. The economy, they haven't been able to get anything going just yet. But maybe, soon, we'll see them start to come back into this.
Perkugen, 1 off the dimensional drift. So, he basically should have that going into the next round.
We haven't seen it yet, have we?
Guaranteed. No, not this half. It's just not as easy to farm. I guess they haven't had much of a plan going into it. He's going to be going for a lurk position as well. This is rather interesting, really.
They keep losing Shower's orb, and like the B long orb, I think it's somewhat heavily contested by Sova, so
Yeah,
it's a bit risky, I
pressure
would
early.
assume. But now, okay, Shower's contention a little bit more heavy this time. Pressure, and there you go. There's the dog. It stunned 3 players, I'm so sure.
Yeah, probably did that.
Brutal.
Oh, cabbages.
That's a bit much. But so much ammo has been wasted shooting the cabbage, and then Coco, he just manages to push fearlessly. That's a sharp shot. The dinks, impurity's gone. Teku strikes. Viper, last player standing out over towards Showers.
Another one?
Down he goes, and Legsy. Okay, shuts him down. Sharp shot, a double, surely.
I mean, we'll see what to do here. Round most likely not going to be happening. HLs do get the point. That should be the end of the round there, really. There you go, Jelly D. 2 on the ultimate after using it in that round with the orb and the final frag. 5 rounds on the board. They managed to win 4 in a row here. This is going to be the big round. That basically you should decide how the next few rounds play out. The gun round, it's coming out. Teku's still on that Guardian. Kurkur probably going to get dropped over a Vandal or a Phantom here. It makes sense to do so considering their economy is low. There you go, Haxi going to drop one over. Kurkujin has this Dimensional Drift. So just from how they played on their CT side or the defensive side, I'd like to assume that they've got an idea of what they want to do with this. They put the wall up towards A, so that's quite interesting. Probably going to be using that as another conditioning play. Kurkujin working his way up here. See how this one plays out.
Well, conditioning play, they've shot the wall A side every single time, you know, and surely eventually they'll have to pull that trump card. Okay, let's see what he tries to do. I'm assuming he manages to he ults onto the site first. The fake outs
Hold on, I'm afraid
come through.
trips. Hold up. Yeah, that gets the trip.
Oh, that's
There you
beautiful.
go, he gets both
That's
of them.
beautiful. Quenchin, he can play inside his traps, but he won't get guaranteed intel anymore. Kokujin, okay, he TP's out after getting spotted by the recon bolts. And once again, just slow and steady, but Jelly D, he's managed to push through Showers. This is a lot of positioning now.
Jelly's kind of just might almost just win the round by themselves with this advanced position. They've got so much info. They know Showers is clear. They know it either has to be heavy towards B or they're going to be seeing it's going to be a short
I
hit.
think Astro Legsy may be able to catch
Oh,
Jelly D.
going towards A. Uh-oh.
Jelly D, he's just biding his time. Now, if he peeks out early, then that's it.
They've had a gunshot.
It's perfect. Whoa, what's that shot? No, they know where he is. Okay, still gets a free double. And Ramen does strike back, but okay, Kokujin's on site. He's just basically T-posing, forcing Coco to push away. But through the Viper wall, though, they have to be aware Haxley may push through any time. Nice flash through. Your positioning is a foreshadow of intent. That's a lot of damage. Kokujin not able to capitalize. SUSUP. I think they've won this round. Oh, that's so much util. 10 seconds. It makes sense. It makes sense.
10
Yeah, I mean,
seconds left.
this one's over. They just need to hold on to the guns. They're just... Wow, what's happened?
Yeah.
Something's just happened as soon as the side swapped, and it just looks like Shadows of Intent can't get anything going. None of these rounds have even been close besides that one round where they had 5 classics. And if 5 classics is the one round that you're almost winning, something's not right.
Oh my god, the run and gun from Teku. Yeah, I swear to god, on my screen, he wasn't even actually out of U-Haul.
Yeah, no, neither. It was a wallbang kill.
Oh, was it? Also, okay, yeah, through the slightest angle.
That's a tilting way to die.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Ramen won off the Viper's Pit. That's something that could definitely be used to secure around here, considering they get the spike down and Ramen's alive. And Grim, Viper's Pit will be deployed. Precision is going to have a hero rifle going into this round, so they're going to be one with most of the heavy lifting. Quenchin and Coco on A here.
You know, SUSUP, they're starting to build up more economy, but at the same time, we are seeing a lot more gunplay, which I love right now. Less, you know, utility shenanigans. Precision, okay. He almost got taken down there. Quenchin, this is chance to go huge.
Wait,
Why does he go into his cam? That single-handedly gave away his life to Precision, and then the overheal for Reyna as well. Teku pops the Hunter's Fury. Okay, confirms the trade at the very least. Number still even 4-on-4. Now, if the spike goes down, they have Viper Snake Bites. I'd like to think for the post plants and Impurity as well. A Shock Dart, which he uses right now, but there's the Hunter's Fury as well. That's why he's playing so far off sight.
Oh my goodness, I'm just thinking in my head, Quenchin could have lined all 4 of them up for a spray down and the round would be over, but now it's a
gravity well as
4v4
well.
situation. Wait, were there double fake outs?
I don't know, it was one.
That just sounded really loud.
Oh
Okay.
my god, it's baited away 2 rotations!
Doesn't
This
matter.
is so
wait,
good!
Wait, the dot tick? And it's scanned too, but then still...
Spike planted.
Oh, okay, this round is so strange. How?
Kokujin!
What? Huh?
Oh! Okay, that ain't it. That was
Viper's
punishing.
Pit, though. Watch
Yeah.
the Viper's Pit.
But 45 seconds. Okay, sure.
I cursed it. I'm so sorry.
Lexi, he's forced to push this now. And Purity, the question is, I think just save whatever you have, save the ultimate. It's too expensive to waste it around like this, and you don't even know when the next time you'll get it at. So it seems that bind defense is actually the pinnacle of gameplay for both these teams.
I cannot believe I just said watch the Vipers bit, and then I put it on Ramen, and he just gets
clapped
down through the smoke. Look, I can't.
Time out finally.
I need to just wow.
Okay, let's just relax for a while, okay? But what I like right now that we can have a moment to breathe is that, once again, I said it earlier, less utility. Ultimates are so expensive. We're seeing the economy just being a little bit more precarious, and there's less rifles actually across the board than anything else. We're seeing it much more versatile in guns, but mostly it's a lot of pistols, and they are attempting these crazy plays. And these rounds, it's much slower and it's dragging on. This is map 2, and this feels like it could have been map 3 already, just time-wise.
I mean, just looking at the scoreboard, you wouldn't think that there was 11 rounds picked up on the first half for Shadows of Intent. You'd assume that some of those came through the second half and they're attacking the side. Wow. I mean, this game's kind of just 180'd a bit. I didn't expect it to be this close. I thought it would have been a done-dusted thing. I guess Causticus really is a thing. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut, because apparently I just pressed
maybe you should,
because quite a bit there. Oh my goodness.
It's the Vipers pit. What is it? It's still a 7-point ultimate, yeah.
Yeah, it's still 7 points.
But it was quite expensive as well. They didn't have rifles, and they completely lost the ultimate on a post plant, and that's just brutal to go down that way.
What do you do here, though? It's just so hard. They're getting denied so much map control, and it's not even in hard ways. I mean, it's just the oppressive combo of the Sky server. We've seen it so many times. Like, we've seen it time and time again. There have been so many teams that have decided to adopt those two combos, or those two agents into their playbook, and they just they're so oppressive. You put the server towards one hop.
Jelly D didn't spawn out position.
I don't think it changes much though.
That's true. No, but if they go for the ore position, he can get potentially a double spray down here.
Yeah, maybe it does now actually. Oh, this is interesting. This is really interesting. I mean, they probably want it. They're eyeballing it 100%.
But for who? Because like Jelly D maybe, but he runs out. The Cosmic Divider's available. Okay, Jelly D's he's coming back. He's coming back. Precision. Did they see him? They saw him. Wait, or not?
Oh, it's, well, the guiding light's going to confirm that there's at least someone here.
That's true.
So that's all the info that they really need.
Oh, no,
there's going to be a double swing coming out.
Oh, Precision.
It's really up to... Oh, what is happening? This is so tense.
I don't know about this, man. Once he pushes,
Pulling them in.
we hyped up for nothing.
I thought something was going to happen.
But the rotations haven't baited over though. 4 on A.
But this is Quentin they're walking into. They're walking into Quentin's site. This is his bread and butter. He knows how to hold sites like this. Oh, he's gonna be able to get this first frag.
He has to get flash. Go Quentin has the read. Quentin looked the wrong way. I think that single recon arrow distracted him for a second. Okay, both oh no, he's popping his cages. That's good, but it was a downfall of him.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Haxty has the Patials available, going to be potentially looking to deploy them early. Cosmic Divide does come out.
That's disgusting.
Legsy's going to be in a little pocket here. Watch this. Watch that angle. Something might happen from there.
Okay, well, he's over towards elbow in general. That recon arrow doesn't really scan anything. Okay, Legsy manages to get one. Legsy gets a double. Finally gets taken down though, but 2-on-2 Shadow of Intent. They have the healthful advantage. That's the last player. Teku 1 HP. Impurity 1-on-1. 7v Sova. And the spike defuse not coming through. And Teku just looking the wrong way. The Cosmic Divide hid all intel. And now it's match point. Shadow of Intent. Finally, that's the one round they needed.
10th round coming out to a 1v1.
Expensive.
Guns. Yeah, expensive round. Their buy is going to be a little bit shaky here. So I don't know if you fully look to invest into this one. Looks like they're going to. They want to try to use that momentum, that one round that they just picked up.
Oh, you think so though? Because like I think they can probably half buy and just like try to do economy damage. Because on the flip side, SUSUP, their economy is also pretty rough as well. Finally, an operator's out, but yeah, I don't know, man.
I'd half buy. I would look if I was calling for them, I'd personally half buy because I just feel. I mean, in my head, it just feels like you've won that round by just barely. It was a 1v1 and your economy's in kind of shambles. Just play it safe, try to farm some ultimates up, and go for a heavy hit in a couple of rounds time. This operator could do a lot of damage here. Teku's up the line and gets the frag.
Well, okay. The Sova operator, it does pay off. That's a pretty good start.
Not something you see every day, is it?
No. And yeah, the other thing is, I feel like that they're sort of relying on Kokujin to go for these plays as Yoru. And now he's out of the equation. I can't help but assume that Shadow of Intent might lose this round. Although Ultimates haven't popped, the cabbages. Oh. Okay. It flies right past the Legsy.
Yeah. Broke the one that was targeting him, I guess. Okay. Crosshair placement a little bit too high.
Indeed.
But it's okay, because there's a bit of a timing. Ah, okay. I mean, Koker just kind of wins this round, doesn't he?
I think so.
Oh.
Haxty. Ah, doesn't get anything. One for a Jelly. Coco strike from behind. That's so free. Jesus. And Purity now. All by himself. Shadow Intent indeed. They should have half-bought. Cast the Chris again.
I mean, I just don't see the point. But like,
two players half armor. They have rifles, but
no, but it's. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth in the slightest that you want to go for the buy there. It just feels inefficient
to put your economy in such a poor position this late into the game as well.
And then give them another round. Like
it's 4 rounds. 4 rounds.
I mean, what you could do here in the previous round, just handshake that round and say, okay, look, we're happy to give you that. We're happy to give you 8. Now the issue is they decided to buy into this round. Now they're also going to be giving them 9. Yeah. Because they lost that round with an interesting buy. I mean, it was like they had rifles, but they didn't have the most optimal buy possible. And I mean, if we look at the ultimates, they can probably get a server ult coming out into the next one if they farm both ultimate orbs, or at least one of them and he gets a kill. That's definitely a possibility. I just think Kokujin would have had his ultimate available going into this round if they just decided to potentially try to farm him one ultimate orb, have a plan to get him one in the showers location, and then just play accordingly from that. Now, it's most likely going to be 9. I've cast the Cursed again, so they're about to win this round. Because that's how it works, right?
Okay, I like the snake bite as well. It basically, it clears most of the angles, and there's only that little corner they have to clear. But the also, it does get confirmed, but on ramen level players. Okay. Also, I just want to mention as well, Skye, when she buys that second flash, both recharge.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw it. She used the first one, and then the timer came up. So you do get both, and it's both on recharge. So she could potentially have 4 flashes, I think, in a round. That's huge.
So it's like it's just like Omen Smokes.
Yeah, the first one's free intel.
Right. Okay, that's
the second, I think. I mean, that was the recharge one.
35.
Just
35.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean we'll find out.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, there's so much that I still need to remember about this new patch. There's so much that's happened. These teams have to play on this patch as well.
Okay.
So
now there's 3 defenders on the A site, and the site's been chopped in half effectively. The Rico and Arrow does get some intel, but finally the site take is going to come through. Shadow of it. Legsy! I don't know where he shot that from. Okay, over towards U-Haul. Gets one. A double will be the cherry on top. But Coco trying to fight for his life. Last bullet, I think, takes down Precision. Now the spike is down. Shadow of Intent. They can win this round potentially. Coco Jin in a really sneaky position, but I was questioning, surely he'll have gotten that kill. Now he has the Gatecrasher ultimate, gets a double. I think his job is done here. That's it, 3v2. Sober Operator, he has to land that shot, and he's on low HP. Haxty has to do everything.
Okay, well, Sober's dead.
Oof.
Huge.
He has to check the corners, have to check the corners! 1-on-1! He has the Dimensional Drift, Kokujin. He can win this. Oh no!
Like you could stop me.
What just happened? Why is it the round that they buy the worst weapons that they almost win? That's happened twice this game. That's happened twice.
Straight out of the zoo genetics, I guess. When on eco, they play smarter. Because early on that round, you know, we weren't really talking about it because I guess we sort of roasted off as they would lose. But over towards Showers, I think they were really just playing slow. They had util out, and they were just basically cutting noise and letting, you know, Paranoia, the mind rotations, you know, get into the heads of SUSUP for them to, you know, get off of A. But still, 3 players stayed on A side, and they damn near won that.
Thinking, like, what did you do here? Brahmin 2 off, Legacy 1 off, Impurity 1 off the ult. I'm gonna assume they're gonna play towards this B-long location, try to get the server ult or the Hunter's Fury.
Just 3 players over towards A now. I mean B, sorry.
Oh yeah, B. They have the double group off. I don't think they've done this. Look at that angle as well by Teku. I mean, if they spot him, they've spotted. They have to assume there's players in hookah because otherwise you cannot play that angle.
No.
They have to assume there's at least 1 or 2 people here.
They're holding steady.
Oh, so this is a bit tense again.
So the Aldrin's been used early on, right? And it's cleared long. So basically a recon arrow is the best thing they can hope for to sort of get intel into hookah. Otherwise it's really expensive. Obviously there's Kokujin with the Dimensional Drift, but he's not in position.
Watch, I'm going to put onto one of the hookah players here and he's going to get a kill through the smoke. That's just how it always works with observing.
Probably, honestly, if he just... Okay, let's see what happens. The push is coming through. No util just yet, though. Oh, that's such a good kill. 1-for-1 trade, though. Precision. How do you escape with that? That's murder. Gravity well quenching. If you get sucked, that's a lot of damage. Okay, there's the dimensional drift used. Oh, no. What are you doing? Sorry. He's keeping the weight. I was on the edge of my seat there. Ramen, Howard strikes. Managed to take the agility then question. Kokujin was just a bait. One by one, they're getting the kills, but they're trading back. Kokujin. Oh no, I thought he managed to get that kill, but Legacy cleans up Shadow of Intent. 13-9. We sort of stumbled over ourselves there for that final round. It was close.
Too much happening.
Damn.
That's a weird way to end the round, or end the game, I guess.
Look, it's just the Yoru shenanigans. It just has me so confused at times. I was like thinking, what on earth are you doing standing right there? But hey, look, he had the thing down.
Econ rating of 114 for Kokujin. I don't know, how is Econ rating actually calculated? Damage dealt per 1,000 credits spent.
So he's been doing his ADS is super high. ACS? ADS.
ACS, yeah. I mean that must have just been a really good performance. I mean, Kokujin was just a really interesting player.
The first half on defense as well, he had so much impact on just pure intel wise. Obviously, he was getting frags, and that's just the cherry on top. Although, hey, look, Shadow of Intent definitely playing better map 2 on Bind, much more of a team game here, and they managed to incorporate Yoru into their composition very nicely. But hey, look, 1-1 now. We're going to map 3, and I guess any predictions, everything has just been thrown out the window.
I mean, I feel like just from how these teams have been playing, I think we're going to see pretty. I don't look. I'm going to assume we're going to see standard comps coming out for Icebox, but from what I've just seen in Bind alone, I'd like to be thrown off a little bit. I think I'd just add a bit more flair to this game. That second map was just, there's so much that happened. That Yoru pick was so interesting. Curious to see if they do have something similar for that coming into Icebox. There's so much that we could talk about, but I think for the time being, we'll give these teams a little breather before we go on Icebox.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, you call it a small 5-minute break before we go into final map Icebox. And this game, this series is going all the way in the round of 64. Guys, don't go away. We'll see you soon. Alright guys, look, welcome back Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Stage 3 Open Qualifiers Part 1. I'm Digitalcasts, joining me as well, CrashOBS. The score is 1-1, Shadow of Intent versus SUSUP, and then the teams, they've just started the game, Icebox. So without further ado, Crash, break down the agent picks.
Alright, apparently we got Eminem in the call here on the cast. That was Rap God.
Yeah, that was fast.
That was a Rap God vibe. I told the man, I'm just like, hey, look, they've got into agent select, like throw it quickly, and he's just like, yep, I got you. He didn't disappoint.
I do got you.
Really standard hovers coming out for the time being, the Viper being locked in. I mean, that's standard. Seeing Server and Sage picked for the side of Sauce. Just, there's nothing really to break down. It's just really standard.
Nothing.
I think we're going to see mirror comps, aren't we? No, we're seeing mirror comps. It's going to happen. I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
The Sentinels comp 100%.
You know, Jet, her being seriously hard nerfed as well. I want to see how much potential she still has, because you know her utility across the board is just much more expensive. Yeah. She can't really play solo as well anymore. So, what exactly is her role in a team?
Well, I mean, you still have the dash. That was arguably
that's true.
Well, that was one of the it was one of the more important things about Jet that kept her in the meta for so long alongside of her Blades.
Right.
Blades now is a 7-point ult. Isn't really something we didn't touch about because Jet hasn't been picked this series just yet. I think she's still got a place on Icebox, and I think she'll definitely have a place on Breeze potentially as well. What happened?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I guess we have an incorrect lock.
Okay, we have more time to talk, I guess. So
yeah, I'm happy with that.
So yeah, so to summarize the previous map as well, I just wanted to say for Bind, it was just the fact that his intel, the mind games, on defense, it just caused so much issues for SUSUP. But now on Icebox, I haven't really seen these two teams play a lot on Icebox, so it could really be anyone's game. But hey, look, we've come this far. It's map 3. It's gonna be beautiful. But like you said earlier, it was going to be a mirror matchup.
I would like to assume, if I was a betting man, I'd assume Sus still in this one. I think they just have better fundamentals. And that's kind of what brought them back into that bind game for as long, for those 9 rounds that they managed to win. And their Haven, their Haven was quite clean, especially on their defensive side. I think Sus just have the upper hand. I think they're just the sharper players. I just think they have the better fundamentals. I'd love to be proven wrong. That's something I'll say time and time again. I'll always make my prediction for a team, but I don't mind if that prediction falls through because it just means that the team I didn't expect to win wins in the end. Mirror comps, as I said before, it's basically the Sentinels comp, just the Reyna, Jet, Sova, Sage, and the Viper. And to touch on what you were talking about before with Jet, so yeah, it has the dash, has the 7-point ultimate now. That's something that really needs to be talked about, because a 7-point ultimate
for just the blades.
But it's like you can't farm it as easily as before.
No.
Like something you'd see with a team like Wildcard, with Ninim, is they try to just make sure that Ninim gets his blades off as many times and a half as possible, because they can trust him to get potentially at least. They can basically try to assume he gets 1 kill with his blades, and then he can just drop a gun over to his team. That's like a really good way you can use those blades. You just go like, okay, look, you get a kill with this, and then you give us give us a gun or something like that. Just drop an AK, or not an AK, a Vandal or a Phantom over. But now the ultimate just isn't as easy to farm. You really need to make sure your Jet's actually getting those kills. Otherwise, their ult's probably not going to be utilized too much. And another thing with Sage on this map, the reason why Sage was picked so much is because of the wall. There's so much value with that wall, especially when you're attacking that B site. And the A side especially, it just works really well. But now, the wall is 400, and both of her slows are 200 AP.
Yes.
If you want to buy a full kit of util on pistol round, that's all your money.
Yeah.
It's all your money, yeah.
Everything.
And previously you could go like a slow orb, a wall, and a half armor, or maybe like a frenzy and a wall. But now, I don't know. Do you go for a wall and half armor? I'm not too sure what the optimal buy is, especially on a map like Icebox. I feel like you need the wall. The wall is the big reason why Sage is picked on this map. You need to be buying wall every single round you can, especially every round. There's literally no reason not to do that. I want to see how these teams play this out. This seems probably like the one that will really. This is obviously going to determine who's the better team. Considering this is map 3 of a somewhat close series so far. 13-9 on the previous map and 13-7 on the map prior, which was Haven. If anyone didn't tune in for that one, So it's just interesting. I'm curious at these buys. So Quentin is going to be going for the frenzy. That makes sense. Kirker, wall plus half armor. Okay, that makes sense. You need the wall. There's no
slow orbs. It's good enough, but the wall on pistol rounds, it takes so much effort just to break it down.
I think slow orbs are really good to buy on pistol round as well, just because you don't. It's like a way to deny them map control.
Okay, let's see what Legsy has as
Yeah.
well. Sorry, please.
Nothing. Oh, Legsy. Who is Legsy? Oh, yeah, there you go. It's just Wolf.
Same thing. Same thing.
Oh, look
Okay.
at this push coming up there. This is really proactive play coming out from the side of SUSUP. They've managed to get this A main control. They've taken out A completely. Jelly is going to be up on this high angle, going to be on the tilt angle. Almost going to be up. No, does actually get the kill on precision. That's a great opening. Spike is working its way towards Tube. This is a little bit disjointed of this attack so far.
Interesting wall as well, although it doesn't really stop Shadow of Intent if they want to go up over towards Tube there. But hey, look, they are a player down, and there's the Reyna, and I'd like to think the only source of flash is on the attack side. Plus, you know, the Reyna overheal on pistol rounds. Tank.
Yeah, something I wanted to touch on before all that action did happen is Haxty, he only has one molly. You could, if you want to sacrifice that the poison orb or the poison cloud or whatever it's called for a second molly, I think that might be something you may want to consider. Maybe I'm talking out my rear right now. I have no idea, but you can only go one molly on pistol rounds, really.
We'll talk about it a bit later. Now, I like this wall because Fnatic posted, was talking about it. You always go aggressive and you wall the angle off. You can hide underneath and basically it cuts off essentially half the side. It's beautiful.
It's the most optimal wall.
Now this retake, you know, 5v4, they have flashes, they have bodies, but now Ramen just go huge here. He gets one that's good enough. Legsy, the right click. Oh, he's getting a double. Wow, where'd that come from? Kokujin from up top snipes down another player. He gets a double. Numbers even 2-on-2. Kokujin. A single damage bullet is all it needs to basically take down the opposing Viper. Teku on the flank though. Good dinks. Everyone's low HP. Just fires on everyone. Okay. And suddenly... Ooh, what just happened? Both players, they die simultaneously. 1-for-1 trade, and Haxley is the only player standing. 6 HP.
Well,
that was crazy.
Wow. Okay, 10th pistol round.
Yep.
Stuff coming out on top. This map is arguably CT-sided or defensive-sided anyway. Tactical Crash, as per usual, I think his control key might be broken.
Yeah.
Look, just from what I'm seeing, I think it might just be double tapping sometimes. You know, you might be pressing it once and it just decides to snap 10 times. I mean...
Now,
I don't know anything about
you were saying
keywords.
earlier actually about the trading, you know, an orb for 2 mollies for Haxty on Viper. I suppose the orb is good. I mean, it does damage on pistol round, but I think more importantly on pistol rounds, if you can get the fragile and plus deny positioning and then hold back a push, yeah, you're right. I think it probably does give more value.
I don't know. It's something that we'll figure out in coming weeks. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely... Oh, okay, that's a nice little shot from Jelly D. I'm going to be watching some of the EU games because they've got the same thing as well. They're playing on this patch as well. They'll definitely have some interesting reads. And I think the thing to note about this game is as well, I want to talk about top teams, like the wildcards, the orders, the mind freaks of the region. Because I think this patch, it's going to play so differently. I think some teams are just going to rise a bit higher.
Yeah.
Some teams are probably going to drop killy because if you have the better mechanical skill, you should be able to come up in more situations, like more often than not.
Because it forces you to play with your guns more than util.
You actually have to counter strafe now. You can't just kind of...
Also true.
Can't play recklessly with your movement. You have to have much better movement. You need to counter strafe properly. You need to be playing a lot more optimally with your movement, especially. Like, I'm not going to stop talking about that because you really need to be doing it. I mean, this round's basically a write-up. I feel like there's not really much to talk about.
Free.
I mean... I think what we're talking about is fine here.
No, like it's sure. Yeah. But look, Shadow of Intent, okay, they managed to. Okay, they didn't win those first 2 rounds, but now it will be a full proper buy. But Kokujin, he's one off of the Viper's pit.
Oh, have a look at this there.
So is
half armor, half armor for Ramen, half armor for Impurity.
So there's the util nerf.
Right here.
Yeah, the thing with Jet as well is I think her kit is like. It's 900 now, isn't it? Because the smokes are 200 and the updrops are 150. Our kit's the most expensive in the game.
Yeah. Just the hard nerf Jet. I think they'll probably dial it back eventually. Because the updrops, like, I think you can probably keep it at a slightly cheaper price. You do get some value of it, but it's so loud.
Well, when Jet has an 80% pick rate at the Masters event at Iceland, and, like, Jet's basically winning all the time, like there's something wrong with that agent. I can make a comparison to another game if you want me to, like League of Legends, for example.
In a bit.
I mean, never mind.
Never mind.
Well,
okay,
there you go.
Please go on.
I mean, they have a champion called Ezreal, and they're one of those things where it's like they have right now it has a really good win rate, and normally they have a sub 50% win rate. Right. But they're in such a good spot because the champion's so good that they just win more often than not. It's just one of those things with Jet. You're just winning more often than not. And it's just really interesting. I mean, this agent was arguably the best, well, one of the best in the game, and it needed a nerf. I think the nerf was too steep, but obviously in the next coming weeks we will find out what's really happening.
It's a balancing act eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, finally the B-side take looks to be coming through. Double Viper walls on both sides, and there's the wall for the plants. Haxty, I'm not too sure how much util he has down there, as Legsy does manage to escape pretty much unscathed, I think.
For the most part.
Yeah, I think he'll heal the full. Though Jelly D, okay, he has a marshal, but he's managed to pick up a rifle as well. He's popped the blade. It's very expensive, but he's not going to go for the flank. Counter wall, but now they need some post-mine util ASAP because through the smoke, you're joking. No one knows what's going on right now. This DP is from Haxty. He's stuck, I'm pretty sure. One by one, the attacker getting taken out. Jelly D with the movements. No one knows exactly where he is. Legsy 1v3 and the defuse. That was messy. That was a really messy post-plant for Shadow of Intent.
Well, there you go. I'd like to point out, Jelly into that round had 3 kills and 1 death. Originally, they now got 5 kills and 2 deaths. They managed to get their knives off because they were farming that A main orb.
Indeed.
Because there was literally no one contesting, so there's no reason not to. They're pulling out an operator. I guess something else to note is the operator is now 4,700. So
much more affordable.
Yeah. You can pull it out in overtime and not forgo any utility, which is something else that needs to be considered. So maybe the operator in overtime was a bit more viable than previously.
Although it's super annoying regardless.
Yeah,
for me in ranked. Okay, nice early smoke there. I'm not too sure why. Maybe it was a fat finger. I'm not too sure what smoking that angle actually does. But regardless, it's a full upgraded pistol bar coming out from Shadow of Intent. Damage probably the best thing to hope for. As Quenchin. Yeah, he just taps down position looking God knows where.
I mean, this should be a very straightforward round. They have the better guns. There you go. Quenchin for a second. Let me cast a curse then. I want to have some spice in this round.
Do it.
Well, there you go. Quenchin on for 2. Probably going to be winning this round as they're going to be able to eventually pick up this 3rd kill. Never mind, it's going to be Haxty to find it. Spray comes down. Ramen is walking up. I don't think they're going to be able to find much with it. They're Haxty with another, and it should be a very clean round. Stuck in the slow orb. Going to get 3 aim. That's... Okay. I thought Quenchin would get that, but no, apparently just pulls out the frenzy. Eager, straightforward round, and Quenchin now has, or not Quenchin, Haxty now has access to the Viper's pit.
Yeah. I think the other day, you know, I was playing with Minimize in Ranks just before the season ended, and he was saying how, because let's be honest here, he's actually a pretty decent IGL. He puts in a lot of hours into the game, right? And he was saying on Icebox, people don't utilize the zip lines enough, and we saw it in action there. Now I want to see it being played more, but what actually happened there was maybe Ramen he may have been able to get the initial first frag, but due to the audio and the fear of getting struck from above, he was distracted, and that was just an easy flawless round. So the zip lines, you know, it's decently accurate as well, and now with the walking accuracy being nerfed, I'm pretty sure the zip line accuracy hasn't been touched at all, so it's going to be more accurate than, you know, walk shooting.
Viper's pit? I mean, how do you attack AA in this position? It's just so much more difficult than it is.
There is the hour drone, so at least they know that one angle's clear, but Haxty still sitting there, you know.
Good tag.
Early flank as well, but it's being watched, so that's good.
I mean, they don't really need a flank. They just kind of need. They can just kind of leave Haxty here, and you can just kind of dance around in this Viper's pit. They should be able to trust him.
Oh, why was Jet glowing blood red there for a moment?
I don't know, I think it's like a bug, like an observer bug.
Can we see her from okay, no, she's gone now.
It's because it's from like the angle of Haxty. Okay, well there you go, Jelly D with the opening frag.
Yeah,
like a minute into the round.
Catches precision, trying to get out of there. And bear in mind now, Reyna is still on the really late flank potentially. And if anything, I do think that Shadow of Intent, they're insistent on pushing through this Viper's pit.
No, Molly's deployed yet. I feel like there's 30 seconds left. Wouldn't you just go for one?
So
you kind of lose nothing. I guess he doesn't
6 seconds, right?
Yeah, 6 seconds now. Or 6.5.
Oh, that's perfect. There you go. Finally, we're seeing Easel being spammed. Haxty. Okay, he's in the Molly himself. He's fragile for time, but he's still hiding around. I'm surprised that like your FPS from all these players that hasn't tanked just yet, but Haxty's positioning is perfect. They create positions, but Kogujin, he's taking advantage of the situation, finally pushes in, takes down Haxty. That's one Viper's pit gone. It pops his own. Now the attackers have the advantage, the player advantage, now the ultimate and positioning advantage. And Purity finally goes down the wall, takes down Coco, and suddenly, you know, you thought that SUSUP had the advantage with the opening frag and the ultimate pops, but just the pure patience from Shadow Intent, it's paid off. Now I think a save has to be in order.
Yeah. Quenchin is going to just go for damage here. They have enough credits to reinvest into the coming round. You let him walk past? No, he doesn't. Okay. So now that basically confirms they need to exit through towards CT spot, and look where Jelly D is. He knows about this. They've coordinated this play accordingly. He's going to be able to find one here, most likely. Managed to find one in the Kokujin. 2 remaining. Stage going for the peak. That's a 3k for Jelly.
I think Legsy...
And that's the economy in shambles.
Yeah, I think Legsy, he was trying to go for the eco res potentially, but... It just wasn't meant to
I
be.
wouldn't.
He had
I
his
would
hands
never do
out.
that.
Okay, I'm not too sure.
No, he had his knife out.
Oh,
He was trying to jiggle the angle.
Okay. Ooh! Rama narrowly escapes with his life. Now he has to sit still. Yeah, indeed. Okay. Expensive round, but they won it, and now they're on the board. I suppose that's what matters at the end of the day. But their economy can't really fall behind to this.
Yeah, look what's happening. It's the same. Actually, no, this is okay because Impurity has the knives or the blade storm.
Oh, indeed.
So they can work some. They have stuff. They have guns to work with. The issue is Sus has a really good economy. They won 4 rounds in a row, so their economy is in a very stable position. Jelly D is also positioning us operator towards A, so they're gonna have to walk into Jelly D's operator on this interesting fight. Impurity gonna be able to pop the blade storm now. Jelly D's got quite a lot to do here, but I could never doubt this person in this scenario as well. Quenchen also, Vandal in hand. Against this 4-man push.
Look, Jet Operator on defense on Icebox, it's quite daunting to play against. We've seen it sometimes again from these top tier teams. How one-sided it can be! Oh, okay, both Jets there, they sort of trade positionings in a level of peekaboo situation. One is Blades, one is the Operator. But though the side take, it's relatively fast and free. Once again, the optimal Sage Wall. It blocks off so much, and it's not really planting for a post-plant angle over towards long, so I'm not too sure what's happening here. Jelly D opens up the fragment's precision. And the wall gets destroyed. Now this post-one's going to be a little bit dicey as Jelly D for a double. And a Sage in the corner. Oh, come on, Legsy, man. You just caught out. All's down to the last lone Sova. Ramen gets 1. And that's all he was good for. 1 and done. Okay, a bit messy there once again. Shadow of Intent. It seems they can get side. They can plant the spike. But in a 5-on-5 post-plant, pretty much, they don't know. I don't know. It's just pure chaos.
They're just on the site. They're just all playing on the site. They don't have a chance to get off.
Plus that plant as well, you know, it was a super safe plant, yes.
Yeah, no,
but
I don't
you're not
like
playing
it.
post plant for it, so.
No, I don't. Well, I don't see the point. You go for that aggressive wall and you're planting so safe. Like the whole idea of that wall is you can take full site control, plant safe, and like play like half off site, half on site. You have like a dynamic setup and you play with the Viper mollies, but they're not doing that.
Yep.
It's something you see with a bunch of teams. They go like, okay, this is an optimal comp for this map. So we should run it because other teams run it, but they're not playing it how it needs to be played. Is what I'm trying to say here. Spot the ult. Okay, Ghost with a wide swing with the Ghost. Yeah, look, I don't know really what the idea behind that was. I don't think they had an idea behind that either. You're wide swinging an operator when you know there's one there. I mean, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And there you go, Coco with another onto Ramen.
2 off of the res, and the Jet, you know, just then from that kill, charging up the ultimate even further. 7 points once again. He's making it work. Jet, sharpshooter. Oh, that's easy for him. Now Impurity, last player standing, has a Marshall. Let's hope he gets a headshot, but look, the Sharks are hungry. And Impurity, he's just panicking. Okay, that's a great shot. He takes out Haxi. Nicely done. A little bit chaotic there,
Okay.
but it was finished. He was finished after all.
I mean, like I did predict Sus to win this map. I just think they have the better fundamentals and they're just the sharper players, and I guess my prediction's going quite right at this point in time.
Hey, look, you know, for basically map 1, it was relatively one-sided. But map 2 and 3, it's always one-sided on one side, and as soon as the sides switch, things tend to, you know, change up a little bit. But mirror matchup, it does seem indeed that SUSUP there are playing it better.
I mean, they just are. The ideas going into these post plants just are non-existent on these buy rounds, especially. They have full util. Like, this is the round. You need to do something here, otherwise you're losing the half guaranteed. Because they're currently on 6. You can at least draw the half. Like, that's the most. That's the most you're gonna get here. So at this point, you want to try to tighten up that score as much as possible. Counter drone's coming out as well, gonna spot quite a lot of info. There's a bit of a lurk happening towards this B side as well. Haxi's gonna be able to get out. Kokujin with a little bit of a tag can potentially just get healed up later into the round. Jelly's watching this lane.
They've baited out a few rotations, I would like to think. And Shadow of Intent, once again now, this is their MO. First few rounds, it was quite messy, I think, just trying to poke and prod, trying to figure out how exactly the defense is set up. And now, this is the slow play that we've seen them do, at least for Bind, and it worked out.
It's info starving currently. It's what Sentinels are really good at, just starving your opponent of info. So now they don't know what to do. It's a bit of a gamble stack towards B. I like this read. They know A's not working. Like, they know A's not working for them, so it's like, okay, they shouldn't end A here. It would make the most sense. Kokujin with an insanely advanced angle currently.
Oh, did he get barrel,
This
maybe?
is interesting. I don't know.
The Viper is keeping 2 players on site, and the okay, Kokujin, great opener. Haxi's gone now. That's all they needed. But the wallbang, just missing, whistling past the nose of Sova. Now 5v4 post fight, and Kokujin once again advanced position. He gets a double. I think now they have a good economy, so I think they can actually attempt this retake. Although, realistically, I would say go for a save, as Kokujin's going on an absolute tear right now. Finally, Agility takes him down, but still, 2v4. You've lost too many players. This round's pretty much good, done and dusted.
It's just so difficult to be able to get onto the side. I don't really think they've got it in them. There's so much time that's already been ticked off as well. I mean, Legsy, okay. Alright, never mind. I thought that could have gotten very interesting.
Expensive as hell.
That's a really clean round, considering the investment. They also get the operator.
Yeah.
So Impurity's now going to have access to that operator. They're all going to have rifles. SUS's economy is still in a very good spot. So SUS is the one that's always going to be having the advantage coming into these next round. But then this round and the next one, they're always going to be on buys. It's after that, if they don't win rounds convincingly, or if they don't win rounds at all, they're going to be in an awkward spot. Coco won off the res. That could potentially be an impact ult. Ramen and Legsy also have access to their ultimates, respectively the Hunter Fury and the Resurrection. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start trying to cycle theirs off to try to win some more rounds. It's coming up to the later end of this half as well. They need to be using their ults.
Indeed. We haven't really seen the Resurrection in play just yet. Hunter's Fury, I don't think I've seen one on both sides. It's just the holding back is such an expensive ultimate nowadays. 8 points for crying out loud. That's a hard-ass nerf. But this mid-aggression, though... Oh. Yeah. They got the pick, one and done.
They want to go for the res.
But it's in a really open position. Oh, they can, sorry. Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
You reckon?
I don't... Well, you'd have to burn your wall for it.
That's true.
Your Sage Wall, I don't know. I couldn't tell you if it's worth it or not. Oh, this is dicey. What is happening?
Okay, so... Shadow of Intent, they're really spread across the entire map. There's a few players on A, there's a few players on B, but finally, I think they have intel. Okay, the wall has been burned, but the thing is that they have to cross. They have Jet use, I suppose. Kokujin, once again, he may be the player to save the round. Okay.
Wait, how has that happened? What is
Kokujin,
so much happening.
He's popped the ultimate. He's basing out rotations, and his teammates are coming over towards the side. Actually, 1 HP! Oh no, Ramen, yep. Burns him down. Now Kokujin, he's in the prime position to strike now. He has to get this kill. Easy for him, man. A Shadow of Intent, against the odds to bring things back. Okay, say that, and then Teku, nice shot. Shock dart. But the defense make the mistake. They are down a player. Time is running short. Ramen strikes again. Quenchin on the flank. Last player standing.
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
1v3, it's definitely possible.
Impurity surely has his kill. Okay, well not.
You see that?
Yeah, I jinxed it.
1v2 now?
Oh my god! Through the Viper's Spit! He's managed this very possible, but the close range angle from Ramen. God, he almost made that a 1v3. That was... You gotta check the guy's PC, man. That was disgusting.
How does that get that close? How does that ever get that close?
Pure angle checking in game sense, I suppose. Just a straight bullet and...
It's just a random bullet.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's all it takes. Sometimes you shoot through a smoke and you get rewarded with a kill.
But you know, the good thing is right now, Shadow of Intent, they're not letting SUS get any more rounds. It's still 6, so you called it earlier on. This could indeed be, an equal half. Because now, look at the economy of SUS. I think it's close to breakpoint.
Oh, this is...
Aggressive.
Wait, is he gonna get spotted?
For sure, for sure.
Doesn't get tagged though, but still the info is there from the owl drone. That's $400, by the way, or 400 credits to force them off the line. That's something you need to consider now. They've used the recon dot, they've used 400 credits to force them off the line. They've repositioned to this mid location. Counter drone is going to be coming out. This is the thing as well. I don't know how I'm meant to assess if it's good util usage or not anymore, because so much of the util is just it's so expensive. Like I don't know if I can say like, okay, that's a good drone. Like that's a good drone to force them off the line. Like is 400 credits worth forcing them off the line? Well,
that drone just did. It sort of gave them some intel over towards mid, and it has allowed Jet to sort of hold the angle, I suppose. But once again, I feel like Shadow of Intent, they're really using Kokujin as the playmaker. He's just looking B this whole time. And he manages to find success more often than not. Just the Viper's superiority, I will say this right now.
Slowed down round, Chality on this mid lane. It doesn't really matter too much as the hit. It's going to be coming out to B in the end. It's going to be speeding up.
Intel starving once again.
Here we go.
This is, we've seen this time and time again. And now a shock dart lineup is all that's needed to really done at the plant. It won't come through though. 5v5 post plant on Icebox. Have fun.
Yeah, I love these. I love observing 5v5s, but in all seriousness, 5v5, interesting round to come out. Jody's going to be trying to look for a pick into this retake. They're playing very hard off site. I'm assuming the Viper has lineups. There you go. There's the lineup. It's going to be going for the first one. They need to remember they're only 6 seconds now. That's something that's
Indeed.
extremely big going into this first plants.
Teku maybe in the prime position to strike there. Now recon arrow, both sides, it gets popped, and Precision slowing down the angle, but he has to get... Oh, good. And then getting caught out by a reload, but that's okay. 1-for-1 trade, Jelly D with the air drift, confirms the kill, but now it's getting so tense. 1-to-1, Ramen on his lonesome, but he has no time. He's a shock dart. It's not gonna get anything out of it. Yeah, Paxi confirms the defuse. Jelly, what a play, what a play. He popped the blades, and now, if anything, that was good usage of his ultimate. It was expensive, but he pushed in there. He got the kills, cleared angles for his team, got the trades, and covered his final teammate for the defuse. So,
I mean, he's the one taking the space. Like, he did his job correctly. He decided to get into face with the blades, make it a lot more chaotic, because they knew the post plant was off-site. They knew the Viper was going to be on for those lineups. So what do? You have to take the fight to them.
Indeed. And once, you know, the Viper walls and the fuel runs out, that's the time to strike. Because as soon as it goes down, just complete chaos across both sides. Trade for trade. But, you know, sus indeed, they came out on top. But this looks to be a really aggressive B positioning. Jelly D. Yeah, this should be an easy frag.
And the headshot to boot. There you go. Nice sharp little shot to come out. Already man advantage for the side of Sus. That's not what you want to see in the first 10 seconds of the round.
No. You've lost your only flashes as well. The side take, I wouldn't say it's going to be harder, but just, yeah, not as easy. Jet repositioning ability once again, you know? It's the dash. That by far has to be the best part of her kit.
Yeah. Well, now especially.
Okay, a lot of use being used. That's $400 just down the drain, really. They at least managed to confirm that this view player's on site, so it's not too bad.
Just confirming what they already know, though. That's the issue with that. Just confirms what they already know. That's a big
nice snake bite.
So here we go.
Oh, okay, Quentin, he takes it.
Spike planted.
Okay, doesn't get much damage though, but they know exactly where he is. But communication wasn't quite there. 1 by 1, they get taken down. This is a flawless round. What? That was sloppy.
I mean, Jelly D is 19-5. Jelly D is 19-5 on this chat. So this is what I'm saying about just Jet overall now. It's really a question of, do you think you're gonna get? You have this player who's super consistent that can get so much value out of a Jet. If yes, try them on a Jet, see how it goes. Like, the util is 900, but does that even matter when you're top fragging and your second frag is only on 11?
It's
19 frags in 11 rounds.
The other thing about like Agility D as well, right? He's not going for these flashy plays. He's literally just holding angles and just keeps catching Shadow of Intent. Shadow of Intent, I'm not really seeing, you know, a strong side execute to come through, and especially the post plants, at least in Icebox, it could be cleaner.
Oh yeah, most certainly, especially that A1. That A1 is just, that needs some working on them. I think they've lost all retakes on A.
Oh no, Jelly!
All post plants.
Okay, that's a rare shot missed, but they know exactly where he is now. But though this time though, Haxty, the Viper Spit has been popped, turns the wrong way. Kokujin does not push. Jelly D, okay, that's 20 kills.
20 bomb in the first half. That's quite worrying. I'll be honest, if you're the side of Shadows of Intent.
Oh, nice. That's good. That was
That's
worth it. $400. It forced him into the crosshairs of Kokujin. But now look where Jelly D is. If he can get one shot off, that's done. Job done, dusted. He can double dip as well. He has the dash to play with.
The dot's gonna force him off the line there. Almost the second. This is tense. Spike should go down any second now. Almost the headshot. Has the shorty in play.
How is he
not gonna be looking
unpunished?
to dash in and take it the fight there.
Position, I think he has to be the hero of this round potentially. This Coco's already on the lurk. He's done this so many times, man. Coco, map 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
But
what?
now Precision,
Hold on.
okay, he takes advantage of Coco's whiffs. The overheals come through. No leads to play with though. And Precision can't land the headshot. Quentin just proves to be superior. And the first half, 9-3.
Well, there you go.
Switching sides.
Reminds me of Haven, map 1, 9-3. And 9 for Sauce on that defensive side starting out. 13-7 to end that map. Curious to see if we see another 13-7 or if we see the gap closed a little bit more. Or if it goes in favor of Shadows of Intent. I mean...
It could be anyone's game.
It's
It's a mirror matchup. Let's see how they play it on defense and how they use the agents.
This pistol round's this pistol round's really gonna show me like what Shadows of Intent have available on the defense alongside Sus on that attack. The first gun round is really gonna be, in my eyes, who will decide, or how I will decide who I really think is gonna win this one. I still have my money on Sus.
Okay,
Or
fair
my
enough.
prediction on Sus. I mean, it makes sense. They're playing really well. Jelly D is just absolutely insane currently.
But now
This man
he's on the attack, and how well will his Jet fare on the attack in which he has to be the one pushing? Okay, so far, so good. He gets positioning, and Kokujin gets forced off the angle right away, waiting for his teammates to come assist him. Molly 1, that's 3 players stunned. He can go huge here. A second kill was the cherry on top, but it was only good for 1. The walls to come up, and the insta plants. Sage, she's used the heal for herself. That could come back to bite them later on.
We'll find out there. Kirker gonna be able to get off the site, getting pressured there by 2 different players. Ramen going for some taps currently, breaks the wall. I think that's gonna be all she wrote.
They're going for a flank through mid, but the defuse, it can just happen right now. Haxi doesn't have mollies anymore. Now this flank has to do a lot of damage, as Legsy, he's won the round. No, he hasn't just yet. He could just stick it. He can't get through the bloody wall.
Oh no, that's around. He's sticking it.
Jesus.
What just happened? Haxi with 3. Almost with 4.
Yeah. He gets it.
What just oh my goodness.
Okay, we talked about the sloppy post plant from Shadow of Intent over towards the A site, but that from Sus was pretty sus.
Alright, well, we'll give you that one.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. No more than that, okay?
Fine.
I mean, this is quite literally what happened in the first map. Just around 1 for Shadows of Intent. And they did convert it. It wasn't... I think it was... Actually, was it sloppy? I don't remember, I'll be honest. Molly comes out. That's 200 that you're not going to be able to get back. This could be a... Okay, that's a big tag. There you go.
Yep.
Punch it down to 50.
Kokujin. Oh, the bait was almost there, but Kokujin just a little bit too fast and sharp. The wall comes out to buy him some time. Nice! Jumps right through, slaps Jelly D in the face. This is what I was saying, you know? The Jet, yes, you proved to be good on defense because the enemy were pushing into you, but now when you have to push, what happens? But that was an anti-eco, so I'll tone it down a bit.
Just a little bit for the time being. The Ramen holding this mid location should be able to get some free pickings. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Legsy watching on the tube. They've got all angles covered. 5v3. This round's basically a write-up. They might be able to get 1 or 2 if they're lucky.
You know, if they manage to win this round flawless, their bonus buy is going to be looking pretty good. And it's a 5-round difference. That's decent, but at the same time, relatively close.
I mean, it just gives them all the tools they need to start like tightening the gap, closing the gap.
Ooh,
this is going to be
that
quite
smoke
big.
may have punished.
Okay, movement. We're playing Apex Legends apparently. We're just jumping around all over the place. There you go. Okay.
Oh, impurity. That's disgusting. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that, you know, he actually has the angles and timings worked out. Because that was 2 clean shots.
Last player standing.
Spike should go down here.
Can he though?
I mean,
okay, a frag, that's good. Okay.
It's only gonna be 1. Well,
Spike's pretty good for the frag. Would you deny them of that single gun or get the spike down? 1.5k for 5 players.
I mean, either way, you're gonna get 2 points to your ultimate if you're on the side of if you're Kirker. You get 2 points for the ultimate regardless. Going for the fight's good there, but I mean, I just didn't expect Kirker to have the knife out. So if Kirker didn't have his knife out, that should have been a flawless round. So that's why I'm saying go for the spike because you almost guaranteed it.
Okay, now is the force buy?
Yeah, this is the big one.
This is a Shadow Intense chance. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the round. If they pick up this round, I'm going to be quite optimistic for the rounds going forward. That's already a really good
proactive Viper. Yeah. Kokujin, he's so much intel now.
I mean, look what Legsy has as well. I mean, they shouldn't hear anything mid. That Aldrin's going to confirm quite a bit. Impurity with the Sheriff, though. This man needs to go for quite a lot here. Not going to be able to find the opening frag. Quench is going to be good for that. Jelly D working his way up as well. Impurity with the Sheriff. Will they be able to get anything done?
Oh, well, those are pretty nutty wall in the previous round. He just needs a couple more of those, and they'll be in prime position. There you go. Optimum wall, and now that's a plant for post-plant angles. 1-for-1 trade, and Viper's been getting deployed against the bonus. Okay, they feel threatened for sure. As Ramen takes down Coco. Oh, nice shot though. Teku strikes right back. That's all down to the last player. Impurity. You have a Sheriff. Damage. Come on. Let's see it happen. Okay, he gets a third. Dashes away. This is good.
What's happening?
He's killed so many.
Ah!
Oh, he's still alive.
Okay.
And I'm still hungry.
There you go. Quenching with 4. Okay, so 2 remaining and the Viper's Pit. Was that worth it?
Absolutely not, because their economy, it's sort of cooked right now.
Ooh.
Oh, that's okay. I say that. I say
Operator.
that. I say
Operator.
that. That's okay. Indeed.
What
Half armor, minimal util, operator investments.
I think this is fine.
This is
I
so
think-
nice to see, you know.
I mean, you're on the back foot. You're always going to be on the back foot because you're 5 rounds down. You do need to find a way back into this. The operator's a way to do that. It's a ballsy play, but if you can make it work and you can hold onto it consistently for the next coming rounds, I mean, it's going to always be worth it. That needs to get broken. Oh, that's a little bit awkward. Does get forced off the advanced line. But it's still the operator in hand, so that's always a good sign.
Hacks the... Okay, now he's punishing Kokujin for being too proactive on defense, and the spike is already there.
They're right into it.
And the rotation's already... It's flying over towards B. But I don't think that SUSUP are going over there.
They're not ending yet. They're just trying to buy some time. Tekru's getting a lot of advanced info. They know Yellow's clear. They know the Viper's wall is still not going to be in play anymore because Viper is down, so all their util is basically ineffective. It's nothing you have to worry about. Precision has a lot to do here. I mean, I could definitely see this guy getting at least 1 or 2 kills here, considering he's the Reyna. Can dismiss out. Impurity, going to get absolutely nothing done with this operator in this round so far. We'll have to bring it into the retake. I do see Tekru holding that dart. Precision's probably going to get forced out of play here. They needs to go for the fight, but it doesn't matter.
Okay,
What?
this misses the safety. That's huge. The rotations are here. His teammates are there backing him up. Teku takes down Ramen. Position a double with the cherry on top. Still 2 layers to work with, by the way. Spots the gun barrel of Jelly D. He doesn't even flick at all. My god, this guy has nerves of steel.
That's a ballsy reload.
Yeah, but he's on 53 now. He has to get a heal here and heal back up. Nice toss. Okay, he missed the poison orb. Well, maybe that was intended. He spots out the barrel, overheal for free. This retake for Shadow of Intent, it has to come through. They need it. 1 layer and the wall. Okay, they can start sticking the defense potentially. It's not planted for them, crying out loud. Nice snake bites though. Legsy gets forced out of position. 6 seconds. Trading back and forth down to Legsy now. 1v3. Damn, they had a chance there, but Shadow of Intent, they lost the opportunity. And then Legsy, clean double! Alright, 1-on-1. Gets the kill on the Jelly D. He gets the defuse. He got it halfway. What a play! Beautiful.
Absolutely not. How does he get that? How does he get that?
He was in the zone.
Oh my goodness, this man just popped off and he's just put Shadows of Intent on his back for that 1 round. They bring it to 6. The economy is broken for Sauce.
That's all they needed. You call it.
Oh
They
my
had to
goodness.
win that round, and they did indeed. Now, however, the problem is, look, it's going to be upgraded pistols for Sus, but Shadow of Intent. They have a slightly better buy, but only slightly.
Oh, I mean, the comms.
You still
I can only
recoiling?
imagine the comms. I mean, they must be out of their seats right now, jumping around.
That was huge.
Oh my goodness. Molly going to be deployed early, the usual. A little bit of a tag. Does have the Spectre on the line there. There you go. Purity with the first frag with that operator in this half.
That was a play of the
Kokujin's got a
series.
lot to do here, though. Series? I guess it is the series.
Yeah. Kokujin, that was some damage. He's managed to get enough dinks, so he spots out the last 3 plays as well. This plant is going to be an all
I didn't know he's
Hail
up here.
Mary.
This
Yeah.
is the angle. This is a really nice angle. Is he going to be able to get spotted? No,
Oh,
he's
he fell down onto
the
the wall. Okay, denies the plant.
Spike down.
They're bleeding players now.
not. And we're certainly losing players. I mean, this should be easy for Precision here.
Remaining.
No, he's saying that, although Haxley last player standing.
Oh,
Precision,
Oh,
he's
there
not
you go.
risking anything.
Oh.
And that's the thing about Valorant as well, you know, just the strafe shooting mechanics, it's not as prominent as CSGO. So if you try shoulder peek it, you're gonna die flat out. We saw that 2 rounds at back to back. Precision, first off, he caught the Soba out, and then just then, Viper.
Okay, well, all I'll say is that this was the scoreline. They managed to get 7 rounds on Haven. They have even buys somewhat.
All right,
Legacy has a judge.
I'm gonna
They're
stop you
playing
right there.
towards
Don't you dare jinx it. I want to see this to be a competitive map 3 to end
I'd
the
like to
series.
see. Oh, look, it's anyone's game really at this point. Just gonna remove the cost curse really. Tekru with the standard server dart probably gonna get broken. There you go. Ramen's in an advanced position here.
Ramen's
No one's
Soba
played
Dart
it
got
yet.
much more intel.
Yeah.
He spots
That
out
Aldrin
1,
needs to be
spots
broken.
out 2. I think he may have heard a 3rd. I'm not too sure. Somebody also on both sides now. Util's being spammed around.
Ramen.
Good angle, but no, the blind! Just a second! Oh, the unfortunate positioning in Jelly D opens up. That's good. Oh, he gets tagged down very low though, but Operator shot a leg of sorts. Shadow of Intent, definitely on the back foot now. You've lost your Soba against a Viper's Pit. What do you do?
It's way too difficult. Okay,
Okay,
never mind.
nice
Kokujin's
trade back.
gonna even up the numbers, though they both have the Sage Res available. I'm not too sure if that's gonna get deployed here at all. Dancing around the Viper's Pit. Look at this really advanced angle. This is something that's gonna be tough to deal with. Coco with 2.
Yeah,
Punch with 1. Judge. Doesn't matter.
damn. That first frag sealed the deal. When your Soba's gone, Okay, look, he did use his util though, so he didn't have the owl drone, didn't have the recon arrow, and they probably would have had to wait another what 20 to close to 30 seconds for it to recharge again before they use it for the Viper spit, and by then it may already be too late. So it was a lose-lose situation. I think.
It's also the way he died. Like Jelly wasn't ready for that angle, but just has this really strange, hard to predict movement and manages to get the headshot.
Yeah.
Like if you're serving,
the zip line as well, you know, it's unexpected.
Oh, impurity with the knives. They mean business now. See if they pop off, yeah.
It's a third scan. Okay, didn't get him, surprisingly.
Okay, updraft onto heaven here. Okay, spots one.
Nice, 1 for 1
Goes for the
trade.
shot, manages to get one.
But that's expensive as well, 7-point ultimates, okay? The instant res now. Okay, Jelly D, you know exactly where precision is. That was a last-ditch attempt to get out of the angle. I don't know, man. Damage. Once again, damage.
Yeah, I think this round's almost a write-off. I mean, they have rifles. It's just how do you really get into this site? You have the Viper's bit available, but it's just so difficult. Ramen's watching for the flank there, but the flank's going to be coming out late, so the timing might be a little bit off. Coco could go future.
Indeed. Once again, the
Oh, never
playmaker,
mind.
they know where Coco is now, so they have to check this angle. But Coco, where are you
checking it.
looking, man? Legsy by himself has to go for the heal. His util's out. Pants are down. And Quentin takes him from behind. Match point for Sus.
Match point.
Wow. Match point.
Man, you actually jinxed it. They got seven rounds.
Look. I mean, it's just, you have to make an educated guess sometimes. Just by the way these teams are playing. I think Sus just have the better grasp on the game, really. They're just the better team in the solo. And they're proving it. They did drop a map there, but I mean, it's one of those things where you can't really prepare for a comp with the Yoru in it, can you?
No. Very unexpected, and they got fully caught off guard. But then again, Bind was still relatively close, despite them having a poor start. Now this... Okay. Shadow of Intent. I hate to say it, but this is going to have to be literal the Hail Mary. Just buy everything you can and try and win this round. But look at Sus. They're just aggressing onto B fearlessly. They haven't played defaults at all. But there's it's close to 4 players over towards this angle. The shoulder,
did he
Jelly
stop the
didn't see
arm?
it. Oh, he misses the blaze and Legsy chimes in, picks out Jelly D. The 360 jumping from Snowman, beautiful to see. The wall goes down though. Legsy caught out on the reload and the dismiss. Quentin manages to escape just barely.
Kill might be able to come through as well. Yeah, that's going to be the hill to play.
The spike is not
No,
down
it's
just
not.
yet though. They're holding on to it. They can still
They're
rotate
running.
out.
Yeah, they're out. Crooker with the lurk as well. Potentially might be able to find one. Okay.
Damn.
That's a dink that's not going to be able to get recovered. There's no... Oh, no. That's not good, is it?
Unless it's a fake. Maybe. I don't know.
Is it? I don't know what's happening. They're just all over the place.
I think they rotate. Oh, okay, I don't know.
Impurity?
Okay.
Beautiful.
Numbers are even. Quentin, I think that wasn't quite the best play. They're
30
going in
seconds
solo,
left.
trying to be a lurker.
Wait, it's going to drop. It's going to drop. Okay.
No. But they trade positions though. Coco's walked right through.
It's advanced sign. I mean, you need to make noise so they don't assume Coker's there.
They're still committing to B. The spike is coming back. There's only about 10
Dude.
seconds left.
No,
As long as he can
He's
deny
making noise.
it.
He's making noise. He's not going to expect it.
Kokujin, he has to go huge. Oh!
No way.
Just get the kill and that's it. Done. Gone!
Spike planted.
Wait, looking!
Last player
Is that a wall? Oh, what just happened, man? 13-7. Dude, oh man, I don't know what to say.
No way. If he gets that kill, they just win the round and they bring it to 8. Are you kidding me right now?
No, what
Are you
happened?
kidding me?
Was there a Sage? Well, the Sage was used early on. So what stopped him?
He was outside the Viper's pit. He didn't realize.
Crap.
I
You
don't know.
think?
Oh my god, Jelly D 9 first bloods in 20 rounds.
Yeah. Okay. That's done and dusted, but that was 13-7, okay? Now, Sus, they've indeed won the round, and Jelly D, like I mentioned earlier, the Jet carry.
That's what you want out of your Jet. If you're just towards somewhere at the top of the scoreboard, then something's not right. I mean, Jelly D making that Jet pick look like... I mean, making Jet look like she hasn't been nerfed at all, right?
Yeah.
They just look so in control that whole game. Got a little bit close to some rounds, but, I mean, they closed out in the end 13-7 as per Haven as well, so...
Jelly D, but then on defense, you know, he was just getting fed kills, just holding angles, and 1-by-1, Shadow of Intent, they just ran into his crosshairs.
Here's the issue now. It's like you have all these pieces of util that you could force like oppers or operator users offlines, but now that util is so much more expensive, and the operator also getting buffed on the same patch, it kind of just makes the operator even better than. No, because the operator gets cheaper and the util gets more expensive, so the operator gets even better because of that. It gets a buff and an indirect buff as well. So the operator now it seems more impressive, because the only time you'd ever pull out the operator is if it's on a jet.
Yeah,
but now we're seeing as well, I believe Teku at one point.
Sova, he did he did pull it out and it worked out somewhat, right? But like you mentioned earlier, indeed, it's starting to make more sense in my brain now. The flashes, because they're more expensive, they're more valuable, and that's pretty much one of the few ways you can, deny a jet and an operator user, the angle. Yeah. Plus smokes, and still also very expensive. Okay, look, 13-7, and great job by Sus, it was beautiful. So without further ado, I do think we have a player coming for the interview, and it will be Haxty. So I'm going to add him in. Let's see what he has to say. Haxty, my man, first off, congrats. It was a bit grueling map 2. Map 3, they didn't make it easy for you, but you guys pulled out at the end. How do you feel?
Tired.
Tired.
I mean, yeah, we're kind of mad about second map. Not gonna lie, considering we thought that was our best map. But
really, oh, okay. Now, during the videos, right, I didn't really have intel of who chose the map. Was it your map choice?
Yeah, it was. We got absolutely destroyed. I'm not gonna say it, but we got rolled.
Yeah. You completely weren't expecting the Yoru plays and in the mind games.
We kind of overthought the TPing and crap, but it was a lot of our stuff. I think were just countered. Like Yoru, I couldn't boombot. Then they were like quadrupling like long or some crap one of the rounds. We're like, what is this? But yeah, I know we almost bring it back, and then we're just like, go map 3, smack them easy.
Yeah, indeed. But map 3, it did sort of get close there in the second half. So what sort of went wrong? Because on the first half, obviously, you had your Jet managing to hold down angles and pretty much getting fed kills, but I felt like her, effect was diminished in the second half.
I mean, it was still 13-7, like, it's not close.
Okay, well, fair.
No, but Jelly got 9 first blood, so...
That's also true, yeah.
I mean, he still did his stuff, and then attack, we were kind of... Like, we haven't scrimmed that map a whole lot. But, I mean, we got it done, so... Well, a couple of things worked, a couple of things we didn't do that we should have done, but it was alright.
Crash, anything from you?
Yeah, look, firstly, congrats. I wanted to... Yeah, I mean, we've already spoken about Bind. I had a question for Bind. I guess I can still say that. I just want to know... I'm going to assume you didn't expect the Yoru pick coming out at all.
I mean, I don't ever expect that character to ever be chosen because it is dog water.
I'm curious, since you're on the receiving end of that, like, how does, like, because I think I'm just under the opinion that Yoru kind of indirectly got buffed this patch, just because everyone else kind of got a couple of nerfs.
Well,
so
I think I think the flashes, I think that they can peak angles and not get blinded at all. Like, they get half flash, and so they're doing a lot of that. I'm pretty sure they did that through retaking on B, and then they did it at long, so it's kind of annoying because they were just W king like when they were retaking, and they weren't getting blind. And their flashes were like really good.
So aside from that, though, just check the bracket because I was curious as to who you guys will be versing tomorrow. It's going to be villains. What are your thoughts going into that matchup?
Who are they? I don't really know.
Well, there you go. It's like it's like Tyrant. It's like Tyrant.
Oh yeah. Oh, cool. Easy.
Nice. Oh, easy. All right. Well,
easy. All right.
It'll be definitely. We haven't had like any tough matches, like besides this one. This one was like probably our closest match we've had to any like LPL or anything. So
really, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at LPL scores, we've had nothing past 13-7. So.
Okay, well,
it'd be a good test because we would like to learn some things.
That's good. I was about to say, like, if you don't lose, you never learn as
exactly.
fast.
So,
it's good mindset to have.
Yeah, we have a lot to learn from that Bond game. So
especially so you can rewatch the VOT and figure out what went wrong, especially on the attack side, because the Yoru was just shutting guys down and it was getting very frustrating and tilting to an extent as well. Well, hey man, look, I always ask this: one MVP of the series, who would it be?
Go Jelly. Yeah, just go Jelly.
Jelly? Okay, fair enough. He was just putting out the numbers. All right, man. Haxty, any last words from you?
Nah, thanks for the host. It's always good to get casted.
Beautiful.
All right, man. Cheers. Great game, and wish you the best of luck going into tomorrow versus the villains.
All right, easy. Thanks, guys.
Well, Crash, you heard him. That's how the cookie crumbles. 2-1. Shadow of Intent there. Map 2 was an absolute sight to behold. It was beautiful. But map 3, I feel the icebox was just a little bit unrefined.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fundamentals diff, in my opinion, at the end of the day. I don't really think there was much they could really do. Going into that, I mean, obviously, if you have, like, I tell this to teams anytime I coach teams like on the side, like I always tell them, just you guys need to stop worrying about strats, just focus on fundamentals, because fundamentals is what carry you over the line at the end of the day.
intel denial,
just your spacing, the way you actually approach rounds, like what you get your idea in mind, like literally just all the little things that teams kind of forget about. There you go. I mean, it shows in the end if you're the sharper players and you have the better fundamentals, then
you can pull through despite everything.
Yeah.
Right? Alright, cool guys, that's all from us tonight. This was an absolute banger of a series. Went to map 3, and I won't lie, it was starting to look a little bit close there in that final round, absolute nail biter. And I'm gonna have to rewatch the video to see exactly what happened there, because he could have honestly won the round, and it has to be so painful to know what happened there. Alright guys, look, that's all from us tonight. Once again, thank you Crash for coming on, the star observer for Valorant and OC. You can follow him at Twitter at CrashOBS, or hit him up for any, potential Valorant observing gigs. I'm Digitalcasts. You can follow me here, that's my handle on Twitter or Twitch, in which I stream more games. I cast games mostly on my channel, and of course on Twitter, I sometimes post about this or that. Everyone, thank you for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Now, I will be running a short 1-minute ad break, and then we'll raid someone. So guys, stick around. Thank you very much, and thank you, Crash.
Easy.